So the last thing that happened um, before we left off, you all were able to find your way through Crypt Garden Forest along with the help of Grubosh, a druid that you met. You're able to sneak into an old dragon's lair, which apparently, from judging by the fact that you didn't run into said dragon, had been abandoned and was being used as a sort of outpost and safe house by, as far as you can tell, the Inquisition. You were able to find some animals in cages and were able to identify two of them as Farin Greenbottle and his elvish contact, and in a quick rush while being chased by the new grand premiere of the Inquisition teleportation magic. You were able to escape up the ladder and seal off the exit. However, after climbing the ladder, you quickly realized that it wasn't quite what it seemed, as instead of coming out on top of the hill and having to hoof it up the mountain, you came out pretty close to the mountain's peak. So what probably would have been days or weeks of a dangerous journey, which you may or may not have survived, ended up being more or less instant whenever you reach the top of the ladder. And that's where you currently are. Aaron is unconscious and being carried, but the rest of you are more or less in the same shape that you were whenever you got out of the cave. It's just very, very cold. And for the first time in pretty much the entire day since you met Grubosh, you think, assuming that you spend the next little bit getting away and making sure that you're nowhere near the cave entrance, then you should be able to actually take a breather.
Yeah, I'll cast Liam's tiny hut, get us some safe space out of the cold.
Okay.
And we can rest.
Good idea. So
Can that fit all us and the druids?
It was just one other guy, two other guys, right?
It was the guy we found, his friend, and the druid girl, and I think there was another druid that was shaped into an animal's. And the other guy, so that's 5 people that's at least 4 other people plus us.
Oh, then I don't think so. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, your party, more or less, it's a pretty big group right now. Yeah, it consists of your party, Holofarin, the wizard who's been helping you all, Grubosh, the druid you found, and then Farin Greenbottle and his elvish friend, which you just pulled out of the cave.
So 7 people?
You should be able to fit inside the tiny hut. Yeah, it says 9 creatures of medium size or smaller can fit inside the dome with you. At least one of you, unless I have my rules wrong, at least one of you is small, because I believe halflings are small in 5e. So even if yeah, they are small. So even if
so we definitely
you had 9, you would be fine. So you do that, Soren, and you're able to get yourselves out of the cold, and the relief is immediate because as soon as the adrenaline begins to die off, you realize that especially some of you who are wounded, some of the blood loss that you have is making the experience of being near the peak of a mountain not very exciting. In fact, the wind alone is forceful enough to almost knock you over a few times, but as soon as you get inside, Grubosh pipes up and suggests that if there are any ways to quickly light a fire, that they do it, because there's probably not going to be much in the way of kindling up here.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, my sword's pretty useful in that regard. Sorry, I talked over you.
Oh, no, I didn't. It's fine. Grubosh kind of raises a brow and says, I didn't much catch what was going on. I was focused on taking down the other bear.
I hold my sword into like the middle of the group and like stab it down like a bonfire, and I just say
Yeah, I
magician's
know.
red.
And as you do, the sword lights with flame. And reminder that according to the rules, a flame tongue weapon sheds 40 feet worth of bright light and an additional 40 of dim light. So
I
the
did not
entire hut
realize
is
it was
now
that
lit
bright.
up. Yes, very bright, but it actually does seem to provide a bit of warmth immediately. It's sort of uncomfortable on the eyes, but
I mean, it's either
probably
that or
better
razor wind
overall.
snow.
Yeah, probably better overall, but
You just
um,
have your backs to it. It's fine.
yeah, Grubosh immediately uh, reaches for a few stones just outside the hut, kind of brushes them off, and tries to more or less arrange them around in a sort of a little circle in order to kind of enclose where the sword is so that no one happens to misstep, and so that he can sort of prop things up on that and create just a small boundary around it, so it'll be less of a chance of someone accidentally catching their hair or clothing on fire.
Is anyone thirsty?
I could do for a drink.
I hand him the Chanter of Endless Water.
Well, wish it was wine, but I guess you have to do with what you have.
Holofarn sort of lets out a sigh and says, "Well, it's not like we'd find much else up in these mountains anyway."
So, how how did you guys end up in there?
You asking Farin and his elvish lady?
Um, yeah, the people who were stuck in the cave.
Yeah, so you see this halfling guy. He has a few years on him, but he seems relatively young. In terms of your standard human age, he looks like he would maybe be in his late 20s, maybe early 30s, and he looks pretty tired. Hair's kind of messed up, but he settles down well enough and speaks up. He says, "Well, I was, tending to my shop, and every month I make a trip up here to, well, firstly to see Tori," and he gestures to the druid who's currently warming himself by the fire, and he follows and says, "And to keep in good relation with the locals. There are a few ingredients up here that I like to gather, and it never helps to stop in, see the people in Red Larch. They don't exactly have an alchemist of their own, but this time, whenever I arrived, I quickly learned from Grubosh here, who nearly clobbered me, I might add," and Grubosh just kind of shrugs, kind of, "What can you do?" gesture. And Farin continues. He says, "Found out from Grubosh here that I'd already arrived, and apparently, after following it up, I found out that someone had impersonated me in an effort to lead Tori and some of the other druids away, and apparently it worked. I saw her, and knowing that two heads are better than one, I thought if I were to move, then it would have to be then before she was restrained. But even with the two of us, we weren't able to overpower them. We thought we had them, and then, of course, they flashed in with that purple lightning, and then, well, that's all she wrote. We were forcibly polymorphed and stuck in cages."
That's truly awful. really, actually. But what do you know what they were going to do with you? What they wanted from you?
That I'm not sure about. See, I heard them talking, and makes sense why they're after the druids. Something about some internal politics. I think they're being used as cat's paws by the elves somewhere, maybe up north. But as for me, I think it's just because I got in the way. And he kind of frowns and furrows his brows at the next bit and says, frankly, I think I'm lucky that they were spread thin and they were in a hurry. If not, they probably would have disposed of me, and I'm sure they would have done that shortly anyhow.
Who sent us after this guy in the first place? I forgot.
We went to
So
because we were going to have him inspect my oranberry seeds to learn how to grow
Mhm.
them better.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, he was a business acquaintance, as far as you can tell, of Everick, the enchanter in
Oh,
Waterdeep.
that's
So,
right.
or sorry, Bellum, the wizard in Waterdeep. And on your way, you stumbled into Hollow Farn and claimed to be his friend. So,
Right. Hmm. Oh, what should we do now?
uh, you notice, what is your passive perception, Soren? I'll have to check.
My
Mhm.
passive is only 14.
Okay, so you kind of notice that there's no response for a moment, and you look over and you see that Farin Greenbottle he's kind of spaced out, and he's staring into the fire, or I guess the flames of the sword. Kind of has this odd look on his face for a couple moments, but then he shakes his head and breaks his train of thought and says, "What? Oh, well, firstly, I suggest we figure out how we're going to survive this. I'm not exactly a mountain man." And he kind of returns to his odd stare, and as Grubosh takes over and says, "My suggestion, well, there's an easy way and a hard way. And both of them are going to lead to the same place, more or less. Have a couple of ideas of how we can get out of here without getting ourselves killed by exposure."
Yeah, sure. Any plans are welcome.
Well, depends on how long you want this to take. If you want to take the time to make the trek down the mountains, then we could go a ways and try and meet up with the old man. He's sort of the ringleader of our druids here, and I know a way to communicate with them without having to run all the way back down. He set up these circles, you see. He could, he kind of shakes his head and almost shudders thinking about it, but he says, he could, in dire circumstances, open up a sort of, not exactly a portal, but a door. We could cut through another plane and get to where we're going. I could try the same thing, but considering I'm not exactly experienced compared to him, there's a good chance we would end up on maybe on a star or something somewhere and be burned up or incinerated. So I don't suggest we do that. Probably best to ask the old man.
Yeah, well, I definitely don't want to end up on a star. That sounds horrible.
How does the old man feel about birds? As the phoenix is most likely pecking my brain.
Well, depends on the bird. His best friend is one. If that tells you anything. I tell you, he talks to it more than he talks to me. Sometimes I wonder if the thing's smarter too.
Hmm.
Are we talking before or after we got our 8 hour rest? This is after, right? I assume it was
Um,
like
yeah,
long
if y'all
rest.
wanted to take your rest, well, this was like an immediate conversation, but
Right.
um, if you want to take your rest, then yeah, that's fine.
Please and thank you. Jeez.
So it's not the most comfortable thing ever, but because of the fire, you're able to wake up more or less toasty in comparison to the freezing cold outside.
I
And
lose
the
no
the little
inspiration, right?
no, and if you have inspiration, then you'll have it until you use it. I mean, I think that's how it works rule wise, and that's how I've always done it. I mean, there have been times where I've been given inspiration in a campaign, and I didn't use it until 10 sessions later or something.
Gotcha.
Um, well, if you're talking about Bard inspiration, then Bard inspiration does run out, I think, after like 10 minutes or something.
I
But if you're talking about the actual inspiration thing that DM hands out, then no, there's no limit on that. You just have the one.
I just have inspiration marked on my sheet. But I
Yeah,
don't know if it was from
from what I
you.
recall, you just said that you were going to use that one to mark Bard inspiration, so I'm pretty sure that's Bard
I
inspiration.
guess it'd be
Yeah, I
possible.
probably inspired you
Yeah,
for the last
Gotcha.
turn on in that fight.
but in the event that I actually hand you all inspiration, then that is essentially timeless. It's there's no duration on that.
Gotcha.
But yeah, the War Council, more or less, is called, and Grubosh is back to suggesting his earlier plan, and he says, "Well, thought about it over the night, and I remember the old man telling us about one place not far from here. One of these circles he set up. Should be able to reach it by the end of the day, assuming one of us doesn't slip and fall or freeze to death. But might be dubious considering any kind of gestures to Aaron, who is still and not exactly in a conscious
The
state.
best shape.
Yeah. And then he follows up by saying, "If we waste any more time, it's probably going to end badly for all of us. So, regardless of what we end up doing, I recommend that we start packing now."
Did he just say packing? With what did we have?
Well, I'd say wounded allies and your sword here would be a good idea to grab before we head out. But
All right. And just in case you want to role play the whole day, can I just? Are we gonna? Bleh.
sorry, do what? I didn't hear it. You kind of cut out. So
I know. I tripped over myself.
Mm.
Fang was gonna ask our botanist friend about the oranberry.
Oh, he takes a look at it, and his eyes kind of widen, and he takes an immediate interest. He says, or asked rather, where you obtained these before anything.
The swamp with the constant thunder lightning. I don't know what
Ah,
I'm
the
talking
Mirror
about
of
this.
Dead Men. That's quite incredible that this would grow there. Hmm. These aren't commonly found on this plane, you know?
So you're saying it would be hard to grow it?
I'm saying I didn't know it could be grown here at all, but apparently so. I have a few theories.
Well, here's my plan, Mister. Yeah. I'm sorry. I binge watched a few episodes of The Unexpectables. I'm just talking like Borky.
Perfectly acceptable.
Well, here's my
Hey
theory.
man, I mean, I'm talking like freaking Panic Grimsong over here, so
You're not wrong. So, our buddy there, Lawrence, is a doctor, and these things are really good for healing. So I was thinking of growing a tree, and he can use these in his potions.
um,
Or these bushes.
so looking back on it, you realize now that Farin has seemed kind of nervous since, the first conversation, and even last night. But the more you begin to talk about these berries, at some point in your explanation, you see him he gets a little more nervous, and he kind of starts rubbing at his jaw and his nose a lot as he's glancing around. And after a few moments, kind of chewing at his cheek, he says, uh, "You didn't accept these berries from anyone, did you?"
Why?
Just, they weren't in anyone's domain. You didn't accept them. They weren't part of a feast. Anything like that.
They were just a couple of bushes growing in the wild. Oh, and there was this swamp man made of a bunch of dead bodies.
You see him he sucks in a breath to say something and then stops and raises a finger and he goes silent.
Did I just steal from a Fey court?
He asks whether you've had any strange experiences since eating any of these berries.
Okay, so DM, I'm gonna have to ask you, because define strange. I mean,
Yeah, it's definitely
immediately after
loose,
finding
but
these things, we met an elemental.
yeah. And then we fought another elemental, and now we're keeping that elemental. Like, define strange.
okay, yeah, he follows up and says, I should clarify. Let's see. And he dreams, visions, strange experiences with water. That sword, you didn't get it from a lake, did you? Have you met
No,
any
what do you
exceedingly beautiful
mean?
women? Have you associated with any fae in the past?
Yes.
Me?
He kind of blinks and says, "How recently have you spoken to a blooded fae?"
Gotta check my
Points over
notes
at
to
the
see
elf.
how long ago she disappeared.
I was gonna say points over to the elf that's unconscious.
Doesn't count.
I'm
Got a
Faye,
legend.
damn it. I'm Pharaoh.
Your substitute
I can't.
teacher equivalent of Faye.
Oh wow, is that how you gonna? That's how you gonna
That
treat me?
is how human gang.
Look here, you basic bitch of a human.
I never wrote this down, but I'm gonna just retcon and say she's been gone for 2 years.
Okay, so you tell him that,
Yeah.
and he asks how recently it was that you got the berries.
That wasn't even not even a month ago.
Something like that. He kind of lets out a sigh and says, "Phew. Okay. Well, it should be all right. I do have a few theories on how to grow those, but you'll have to take care of using that knowledge yourself. Be happy to help you, but I'd rather not deal with it myself.
I mean, if you have like some books and give me some pointers, I'm a chef by trade.
I'll
So
compile
growing
some
plants
notes.
aren't exactly my specialty.
I'll compile some notes, and assuming we meet the arch shepherd, you might want to ask him.
Oh, I was planning to ask him with advice on the bird, but I guess I can ask him about the berry. Okay, I've been trying to do a freaking quote orc accent for Fang. I don't know if I can do it.
Sometimes you gotta stumble. He'll get there. He says,
And you've heard me butcher Panic Grimtongue's
"Yeah,
accent. Come on, man.
yeah, come on. I have a guy in my other game, the Dungeon of the Mad Mage I'm playing in, that inexplicably, out of nowhere, and still with no real explanation, probably just because he decided he couldn't really pull it off, his character went from a southern drawl to a Russian accent, and we just kind of never talked about it. So, but yeah, he says, "Well, this is his area of expertise. All of this. He's eclectic. He's eccentric. I'll say that." And he just shakes his head and says, "But he's wise. He knows what he's talking about." Tori here knows the majority of her skills directly taught from him, so he's very old and very experienced with. Let's say his knowledge is not limited to the material plane.
Oh yeah, we've met a few like that.
That's good then. Just hope it's not a trend. And he kind of wipes at his forehead, and
I mean,
Grubash
this
pats
would
him
be
on the
like the
back.
6th person.
We should really get home. And
I assume this was all while we were walking.
I mean, I assumed that no one had left yet, but if you say that you wanted to have had your part of that conversation with him, considering it's your character, then yeah. It's just if anyone else were talking to him, then I would just kind of ask for a consensus. But we can say that you had that conversation with him while walking.
One question: is Aaron even conscious at all, or is the pain too intense?
Aaron, why don't you give me a con save?
Oh, I forget what happened.
You punched a guy with the
yeah. He
wizard's
pretty horribly
experimental
mangled his
one punch.
arm.
I'm aware of what happened to
Oh,
me.
that's right.
Yeah. So Aaron he seemed to be in like a death slumber. Now he just seems like a heavy sleeper, but he's still not conscious right now.
Fang will carry him and put the phoenix in his monk robes to keep him warm while we make the trek.
Yeah, it's gonna work. Gonna wake up with third-degree burns.
I assume as a monk he's dressed in layers.
Yeah.
Look, man, I'm pretty sure just by being near the bird, I'm gonna be warm. There's no reason to put the bird in me.
I don't want it to try to fly off in the snow.
It's going to kill me.
We'll see. Yeah, unless anyone else has anything they'd like to do first or any objections, then Grubosh suggests moving toward what he later identifies as you all begin to, pack up the few things that you have. He identifies as a basically a Stonehenge sort of monument that you'll be looking for. It'll probably be pretty snow covered, so it'll be difficult to spot, but it'll be an open platform, so pretty windy, but you shouldn't have to spend too much time there ideally. Okay. So I'm gonna need.
I really can't do anything.
Yeah, so I'm gonna need everyone. Aaron, you'll be accepted, but everyone to make Constitution saves. As the biting cold becomes enough that you'll all start to really feel it.
Question: with the phoenix and the sword, do I get advantage?
Yeah, I'll say that if you are somehow or another, it's kind of hard to keep any flame going, but specifically magical flames, the wind is not really going to affect that. And so because you're able to keep an open flame near you and a heat source that's not being put out by the wind and the weather around you, then yeah, I suppose that anyone that could more or less manage to do that would be able to replicate that effect. It's just that your standard torches and things aren't very effective right now. It's pretty hard to see, pretty nasty blizzard up here.
You did not answer my question.
Yes.
Thank you. These are pretty good rolls all around.
All right.
I was gonna bless everybody, but it only lasts for a minute.
Yeah. All right, Fang, did you roll? I haven't seen it. If you did, it might be lagging or.
Really? Still?
Yeah, I haven't.
Yeah, I can't see shit.
Oh, maybe it's because I'm under Fang, Lord of Winter.
Should be
let me
fine.
try something.
Either way.
The roll was a 21 with advantage. Let me try something real quick.
I don't think I heard anything echoing now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was able to see that.
Strength.
Yeah, that's because, okay, it's because I changed my name, and thus I have two versions of the same name. It changes my icon. Alright, so I'll stay as this one, then.
Okay, what'd you say it was? You said it was a 21 with advantage?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll take your word for it. So, you're all able to pretty well resist the effects of the cold. I mean, can't really feel your fingertips, but you haven't collapsed, so you consider that a plus.
I always have fingertips.
And whatever. I guess that's the 400 IQ maneuver. Is if I'm about to experience the danger of frostbite, then I'll just lose my limbs, so I don't have to worry about it. But Grubosh is gonna make a check himself. and he will attempt to do a bit of navigating. Okay, so he stops for a moment and takes shelter against a nearby rock wall where it kind of curves and creates a bit of a shield from the wind to look around and recall some things. But he seems to remember pretty well, and it takes you all a while, but eventually he leads you up around a mountain pass, and you come to a cliff face where he points on the opposite side of it, and you can see sort of jutting out of a pile of snow what looks like a smooth obelisk made of stone. And he says, all we need to do is get over there, and we should be able to commune with the old man. The problem is, and he points to the narrow cliff face. If any of you have seen the movie adaptation of The Hobbit, the part where the storm giants are fighting and they have to kind of hug the cliff, the face of the cliff, and hug the wall, it's sort of like that. It's like hardly enough for your foot front to back to fit on the platform. You would kind of have to shimmy along.
So what you're telling me is Fang and Aaron are screwed.
Am I still sleeping?
Make me another con save.
Dude, why are you doing this to me? My con is only 2.
It's time for you to suffer, okay? Okay, so you are pretty groggy. You kind of struggle to be very coherent right now, and you'll kind of probably struggle for at least a little while until you get used to your senses again. But you're able to kind of stir yourself out of your slumber well enough to know that you're awake and know that you're not in a dream or anything. And of course, you can still feel a kind of a hollow ache from where your arm used to be. Very strange sensation, sort of phantom pain that you feel from it.
Really? You did all that to make that reference?
That was a reference to the term phantom pain, okay? That's a real medical term. I'd stand by it, but yes, you do feel phantom pain over your.
I pull out a cigarette and put a headband on.
Cigar.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
I'm not singing.
Oh man! Now all we have to do to finish that reference is I'll just leave the last third of the campaign unfinished, and we'll.
Too soon.
Yeah, it's always too soon, so I cope with the pain. But yeah, you awake and you feel a searing pain on your stomach as this phoenix is nestled in your robes. You wonder how in the world you didn't catch on fire, and you are in the arms of half.
What is going on? What is ow? Why does it hurt? Why am I hurting?
Oh, you're awake. Hey everybody, Aaron's awake.
Why is there a phoenix on me?
I needed to carry you.
Why is it walking?
That's me, numbnuts.
No, I said, why isn't it walking? Isn't this thing like huge right now?
It's sort of like it sort of feels like a
it's like a puppy, right?
More like a small dog. Think probably like a poodle lay on your chest. Not one of those big tall ones, but like one of those
like
miniature poodle. About that size, maybe a heavy rooster laying on your chest. In terms of weight, now you set that on fire, and that's more of an accurate representation of what it actually feels like.
Yeah, you did not look too good back there. You used that glove and punched your arm.
You don't know that.
Kind of.
Your arm
My arm was broken.
Well, I saw your arm explode.
You didn't.
Yeah, they
see my
found
arm
the mangled.
explode.
They found and recovered the mangled pieces of the gauntlet. So
Yeah, I cut my arm off.
You cut.
Yeah, and then passed out while we saved your ass.
No. I was
Yeah.
still awake the whole time. I didn't pass out until afterwards because I'm
That's
a
true.
fat
He
ass.
used
You would
all
have
of his
passed out within
rage.
10 seconds of that much blood loss.
He used all of his rage to resist damage to try to stay
My rage and
awake
my
for as long
freaking
as he
mental
could.
discipline, sir.
Good thing y'all didn't get into another fight after that.
Yeah, no crap.
Yeah, we would have been fucked.
Yeah, Aaron, you pretty much feel like death right now. It's just, it's bad.
You're also missing an arm.
Yes.
I'm well aware that I'm missing an arm. You don't have to keep reiterating the fact that I'm missing an arm that I knew I would be missing if I used a glove.
It was quite extreme, don't you think? I think we had that under control. No.
You don't know what happened. Like, you guys didn't see what
We
happened.
heard a big
This is-
kaboom.
Yeah, this is out of character. Y'all didn't see anything that happened. You don't know whether it was extreme
Aaron's
or
gonna
not.
try to bluff. He's gonna be like, "There's a dragon back there, bro. I killed it. I vaporized it."
I
There's something
cast fist.
almost like crap.
Well, then
Yeah,
what was so bad that made you do what you did?
It's dead now, so what's the point?
Just curiosity.
I mean, it must not have been that important because you're bragging about the killing the phoenix from here this Sunday.
What? What did you say?
What do you say about my mom?
No, I didn't hear what you said. What did you say?
Sorry. He said it must have not been that important because you wouldn't shut up about bragging about killing the phoenix.
I can tell you there's nothing left of it.
Necro for the ASMR.
What is he doing? Zipping his pants? The fuck?
Sorry, what was that though? Continue. I did.
Done. Aaron just kind of ignores them.
Yeah, you are. You can hardly tell what they're even saying at this point. It takes you a couple of seconds to really say it to really process the sentence, but you're awake more or less. Grubosh kind of looks around and says, "Well,
I'm gonna start meditating.
yeah."
Unconscious.
He
Not
so
unconscious, but I'm just
Grubosh.
meditating.
Yeah, I got you. So Grubosh kind of looks around and says, "Well, be happy to help some of you across, but I don't know how possible that would be exactly."
I
How
mean,
far across is
can't
it?
the druids just turn into, I don't know, big eagles and just fly us to Mount Doom? I'm sorry, I realized it the minute I said it.
He shakes his head and
Not
says,
a bad idea.
"Well, that's the idea, but the problem is those are usually the druids that have been at it for a few years. Sort of the freshman here, so could probably fly your chicken friend across, but
Okay, I want to know, who is the chicken friend?
the Phoenix is what he seems
Yeah,
to be referring
and
to."
who else would it be?
I mean, the way he said it, it sounded like he said the chicken friends, like the guy who's with the chickens or something.
Oh,
I was gonna say. I was gonna say if it's the chicken friend, it's gonna be Soren because he's a bitch.
wow.
Shade. You're just jealous.
There is Grubus sighs and says, "There is one trick that the old man taught me, and he told me not to call on it unless it's dire. It's dangerous for druids to do, but I have no option. It's called we get a rope and we tie it around everybody and try to climb across this normally because I don't see how else we're going to get across.
How far across is it?
It's about 20 to 30 feet, give or take.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
I just fucking Misty Step.
You just came back from a lot of trauma. You sure you can do that? Or am I mishearing someone's brain?
Yeah, dude, that's Soren.
God damn it. Sometimes
Grubaush
the
I don't know
audio comes
spells.
out like
I
the other way.
cast fist, and more fist.
Grubaush shrugs, points at Sword, and says, "Good idea." And on that note, you see him he reaches down and places a palm on he kind of clears some snow and places a palm on the ground. And at some point, before you can really notice, you don't really see it happen. It's just 1 second he's a half orc, and the next he's some large bird of prey. And you see him kind of fly over and land.
Wait, don't druids have shape earth?
Good question.
Mold
actually.
Earth. He'd have to know that spell.
Yeah, I'm checking his list. Talking about stone shape, it's what it have to be.
I think there's a cantrip called Mold Earth.
Yeah, but it's not powerful. Even stone shape isn't powerful enough unless he casts it several times, because you can only work 5 feet. And mold earth is like you can unsettle ground under somebody to make it kind of difficult terrain or something. I don't remember exactly how it works, but it's not super powerful. Yeah, he wouldn't be able to do anything with a stone here to create a bridge.
Why didn't he carry Fang or someone over?
Huh?
I mean,
Oh, he
carry
turned
his
into a
fang
small
because-
bird. Gotcha.
Yeah, he can. I mean, it's a pretty big bird, but that's just because it's pretty much a standard bird of prey. So it's not really much bigger than an eagle
Yeah, I
or a
thought you turned into like a
vulture.
giant eagle or something. Never
No,
mind.
no. He doesn't seem to be experienced enough to do that yet.
And he's gonna start channeling his key again. Groggily, but he's gonna start channeling his key.
All right. The wind continues to kind of whistle. It's just strong enough to unsettle you, but not quite strong enough to knock you all off balance.
I kind of
But
get off of get on my own feet, kind of test legs. They're jelly. They're definitely jelly.
yeah, you know when your leg is asleep and you try to stand up real fast and you're pretty sure you're about to snap your ankle, but you just can't feel it. That's pretty much your experience.
Yeah, he's gonna start kicking snow out of the way and walk about 10 feet back.
All right,
Just clearing a path for himself.
It's a struggle, and you almost slip a couple times, which could be deadly up here, but you're able to more or less back up.
Yeah. I'm gonna use a rage to clear the grogginess out for a second, and then I'm running towards the edge and then step with the winding over.
All right, what is your strength, Mon?
15, so I should just be able to get it with a running jump
Okay,
and step of the wind. It would double my jump, so it'd be 30.
This is a different thing for long jumps. Let me send long jump. Okay, yeah, you're right. According to the rules, you can pretty much just make it across. And as
Yeah,
soon
I
as you
can
do, you
land.
make this amazing jump, and then as you're about to land, you just lose feeling in the lower half of your body.
Oh no, trust me, I was gonna do that. I was like, he's gonna land, tuck and roll, and then just not finish the roll and just kind of
Yeah.
lay in the snow.
Yeah, all of a sudden the searing cold comes over you as you kind of crash in the snow, but you're able to make it across.
He just stays there. And I've got the Phoenix with me. Oh, it's cold. It's warm, but it's cold. It's cold warm.
Now the question is, did the Phoenix stay with you while you were running and jumping?
I mean, if you put him in my clothes, I'm pretty sure I can cover him up with my arms so he doesn't
Yeah.
It's also a
float out.
bird.
Yeah, but he's a fake bird. He can't seem to fly yet, so.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I'm holding him in place.
So who else needs to cross?
Fang and you.
Everyone.
I Misty step across.
Yeah.
Everyone but them.
I think it's just.
Couldn't you take someone with you?
That's dimension doors.
Ah,
I literally turn into like fog and then move away.
oh man, you're lucky that one of my psychic things isn't bringing people towards me because I try to get over here. One of you.
All of a sudden, you see Holofarin, who's been standing there the whole time silently. You just see him kind of scrunch his face up, and you see him visibly cringe. And he kind of rubs at his temple as if he's just, and sort of face palms as if he's just remembered something.
I swear to God, if you can turn into something, I'm going to kill you. Safe from the snow.
He kind of shakes his head, winces at you whenever he sees you, Aaron. Kind of shrugs apologetically, goes over, whispers something to his friend Farin, touches him on the shoulder, and you see Farin Greenbottle begin to levitate and just simply fly across the chasm and land across the other side as he casts fly on him.
That's so funny.
Yeah, Aaron's just spaced down in the snow, still channeling ki through himself, trying to get himself back in the game.
This is called Make It a Character's Fault that the DM forgot the mage has fly.
The mage just fly or levitate.
He has fly.
Then why didn't you cast fly on the strong boy and just have him fly people over?
Insult to injury. Come on, he's a boot elf. He's got to.
Fucking idiot.
Well, not wanting to be one up, Fang takes about a 20-foot start and dashes with all his movement and tries to jump.
Wait, he couldn't get fly on you too?
I don't think he's
Not
giving him a
at
chance
base level.
to.
He would have to higher level to get two people.
I mean, he could recast it, but I mean, I think the idea is Fang is literally just seeing this and running. So that's
Yeah,
what
he
it is.
doesn't want to be shown up by Lawrence.
How far
God, I am
does
losing my goddamn mind today. First at school,
Soren?
now
I mean,
here.
Aaron.
Yes, I meant Aaron. I'm losing my mind.
So what's your strength score?
16.
Fang? Okay, yeah, you can make a run. If you get 10 feet, then you can do a run and long jump. You will have to make an athletics to get across fully,
I have an idea.
but
You gonna do the
It's a
get over
stupid
here?
idea, but it's an idea. Kinda.
Should I roll now or wait till you explain?
I just need you to get within 20 feet of me. Well, no, I just need you to get at least
I
get
know
20 feet.
I know what he's gonna do. But yes, you could
Chasm
go ahead
is
and make the
20
roll
feet
now.
Across the minute I
It's
jump.
30
It's
feet
between
across.
it's between 20 and 30 feet.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I just need you to get 20 feet.
How's that?
Congratulations! If you had failed that, you possibly would have plummeted to your death.
Wait, so he can just clear 30 feet like that? Damn.
I mean, I've got
It's
a
not quite 30
24.
feet, but he sort of. I should probably set this up a bit different. So it's not an exact, perfect chasm. But basically, what's happened is that there's a kind of a nook where people are able to walk and shimmy along the edge, and it's unevenly and jaggedly broken. And so at the end, there's a place where theoretically, if you wanted a Prince of Persia, you could like hang on and shimmy, but you probably wouldn't be able to do that for the whole 30 feet. So he can't clear the gap, but he can kind of get over and hang on to where he's practically on the other side, but he's not actually on his feet yet. And he just managed not to plummet to his death.
I'm going to act. Oh, so he's on our side, no problem. Or does he still have something to cross?
He's hanging on right now, so he'd probably have to make another.
I'm going to punch him. I'm going to use my solo knife ability to make a 30-foot arm and punch him.
Okay, so
and this is where we find out that Aaron was really a sleeper agent for the king this whole time.
Yeah.
What's your AC? I need to know this because it's important, because I need to hit you for this to work.
It's 16.
The whole reason he went monk was for utility.
Yeah. So
okay, so you want to show your you want to tell me what the name of it is?
Astral Slide, so I can teleport you 10 feet in the direction I choose.
Mm-hmm. Teleports him off the ledge.
Yeah, just poof. No, I teleport him all the way over here.
All right, so
face down in the snow.
Slide. What kind
This
of
is a
monk
hit job.
Yeah, so Astral Slide is that if you use your flurry of blows, and hit a creature with a flurry attack, then one of the effects that you can choose is Astral Slide. If you'll remember, there was a part where Aaron was, I think it's the only time he's used this so far, other than when you all were fighting the drowned men on the boat. There was a part where Aaron hit some of them and used this to teleport them off the ledge and send them in the water where they were bound to the bottom of the sea, so they had to sink. So you feel kind of this dull pain and a thump as a force that you can't quite see through all the snow hits you in the side, Fang, and for a moment you think it might make you, because you're kind of struggling to hold on, so you worry for a moment that it might make you lose your grip. And then as you kind of close your eyes for a second and wince, you realize that you're hanging on to nothing as you're suddenly standing next to your allies.
Oh, he's face down. He's face down in the freaking water.
All right, so yeah, you're face down and you're just hanging on to like a handful of snow rather than the ledge, but you're on the other side safely. You didn't really notice when you moved; you just suddenly are there.
Huh.
The druid lady, who's been oddly quiet so far, you see her turn into a small bird and flutter across, similar to Grubosh.
These druids suck.
Holofarin just turns to you, Lawrence, and kind of gestures to his hand, which is thrumming with some invisible magic energy, and kind of holds it up in a positive gesture. He nods, and then he kind of just pushes his own fingertips against his chest and flies across. So, Lawrence, you're the only one.
I walk up to the edge, do a small jump, cast Radiant Soul, and just fly across.
Nice.
So you do that thing where you just jump off, we don't see you, and then you just show up?
No, it's more like a small jump, and then immediately my wings. It's kind of like doing a leap, pretty much.
He doesn't leap, he just kind of steps off the ledge and then starts flying.
Yeah, because it would be lame if he just started flying. He needs to fake you out first. So
it's like, Lawrence, no! Oh, he's fine.
Yeah, and Holofarin is just clapping as he does so. And he says, well, it seems we all learned our magic for something. He kind of snaps a finger and then points at you, Aaron, and says, good thinking, by the way.
What did he say?
He says, good thinking, by the way, and points at you, Aaron. Holofarin does, the wizard. Well, I suggest that we clean ourselves off and follow our druid friend here before we encounter any more chasms or ice trolls. Don't they have ice trolls up here?
Yeah, I think we dealt with a few before, right?
Mm.
Dragons.
Mixing campaigns. Jesus Christ.
Onward, and Grubash leads you all forward again. And what's odd is that the blizzard is still happening, and this stone monument is covered in snow, and Grubash has to clean it off, but still, it's barely noticeable. But through all the noise and the whistling of the wind, it's like you all can hear very, very faint bird songs. And he clears it off, and you see a few rings within rings of different smooth stones that have been formed, and oddly well preserved flower petals in between each of the stones. And he explains that these are sort of communication circles that have been set up for this particular circle of druids. Now it should only take a moment. And he begins to commune in some language that you can only assume is druidic. And surely enough, let's see. So I think the best way to describe this would be, you all know the way the Force Ghost appeared in Star Wars.
Oh god.
Think of sort of a
Yes.
green
It's a
green
hologram.
filtered, yeah, almost hologram. Like, think of a slightly more tangible but sort of green shaded version of that.
My God, it's Tupac. He's back.
As you see,
I was a Biggie fan.
a very old and pretty tall, magnificently bearded furbolg man appear in the druid circle, and you see that he has some sort of bird, strangely antlered bird, perched atop his hand.
What the deuce?
For reference, there he is. And he speaks a few words in the same sort of tongue that Grubash spoke before Grubash replies, and the Furbolg slowly looks out and scans the group. And then he sort of looks at you all expectantly.
I'm sorry, what's going on?
The arch shepherd got a good look at you, the group, and then sort of looking at you all expectantly as Grubash seemed to kind of gesture toward you all.
I think we're being gestured to towards.
I mean, head forward. Say what's up.
I say in primordial to the bird, behave. Your best behave.
Arch shepherd arches a brow. He kind of looks up, and then he looks back at you, Sora, and he asks, "Do you represent this group?"
No.
On occasion, but we all have our own minds.
Young Grubosh says you helped him. And Torabeth as well.
Yeah, we saved them.
It seems only fair, then, that I repay you. You all look for an escape.
Yeah, like a way out of here down the mountain would be great. Additionally, we have this creature that maybe you could help us out with.
He arches another brow, and you kind of get a closer look now, and you realize his brow looks more like a small root of a tree than hair.
Trippy.
I kind of pick gently lift the bird out of my freaking robe.
Kind of strokes at his beard for a while, and then says he turns and he begins conversing with his bird like it's a human. And every once in a while, it'll chirp in some bird song, but he asks it several things, or it seems to be an inquisitive tone anyway, in a druidic tongue, and they go back and forth for a while. And he nods again with a deep And he turns back to the party and says, "Yes, I know something about this creature. And he leaves it at that.
Ominous.
What did you say about the bird? It was not
He
paying
says
attention.
he knows something of the creature and then just leaves it at that.
Oh,
I mean, if you're willing to help us out, I can cook you a nice meal.
If I told you anything relating to how to find the one that would care for this creature, it would hardly help you. Believe me, for your own sake, I will not.
I'm assuming you're going to tell us to get rid of the bird.
Do with it what you will, but you would lose far more than you would gain if you were to seek out someone to assist you with it.
Well, in that case, since
What if I were to take 3 levels of Beast Tamer?
No, the DM says.
Not that this isn't a lovely conversation, but maybe we can have it not on a mountain freezing to death.
I mean, aren't we in like a cave right now?
No,
No,
this is
you
an
are on
outdoor
a plateau,
structure,
basically. Yeah, it's.
Oh, I thought we went inside.
No.
Okay.
which is why Fang brought it up.
Yeah. He kind of strokes his beard and says, "No patience, but I understand you young ones must be off." He squints at you.
I know
You don't know the
Sword.
depths of my patience.
He squints at you, Sword, and then at Aaron. And he kind of gestures to the side as if he's telling you all to turn your heads.
Okay.
Did he hear Fang's comeback?
He asks frankly, he kind of, so he's holding an old gnarled oak staff, and he kind of just juts it against the ground. as if to signal that you can turn your head again. And he says, or asks both of you frankly, how well do you know your ancestors?
Oh shit.
I was more or less an orphan, so not that well. I know my mother.
I don't know them. Not very well.
Very well. Remember these things then. Firstly, accept no food or drink. Accept no gifts. Be very careful. Assume all that you see is an illusion. And if anyone comes to you with claims of blood or ancestry, you would do well to either run or kill them. And before you know it, all of the snow gets sort of washed away. And this radiant golden sunlight washes in, and all of a sudden you all feel what it feels like a warm summer day. And the image of the elder is gone. The arch shepherd is no longer there. And instead, before you could even notice it, as suddenly as this summer weather came through, the entire circle where Grubosh was just standing outside of now almost looks like a mirror image into this vibrant, colorful place.
Is it the Feywild?
Grubosh nods.
Neat.
Oh my god, I've heard so many stories about this place.
Why are we going to the Feywild?
Well, this place doesn't connect to the material plane the same way, the way you might expect it to. The old man knows the tunnels and the paths through the Feywild, or at least the ones around here, better than anyone, so if we follow what path he's laid out, then it should only take us a few minutes to finish several weeks' journey back down the mountain.
Oh, I see. We're doing a little time ski. But what if I get confused down there, and I haven't really been actually, so I don't really know much about it. But I've heard that there's like, it could go the other way, and then it feels like a couple hours, and really it's a few months have gone by.
No, it changes. It depends. If you stumble upon the wrong area, then it could be worse than that. There are stories of an afternoon spent with one of the Fae, only to realize that a century has passed. But so long as we stay on the path and don't stray too much, then
Yeah, it's literally everything
is
changed
safe.
with the Fire Nation tank, and we disappeared for 100 years.
Better fucking not, or Fang's gonna go ape shit.
Aaron grabs the stub of his arm and starts trying to force key through it.
It doesn't seem to do anything.
Okay. He's gonna keep trying later on, but he's trying to force key through his stump of an arm.
All right. Grubosh just shrugs and says, unfortunately, there's really no other way unless you'd prefer to take the trek down the mountain.
No, I really don't.
As tempting as that is, I just have to trust the old man myself. And you see him kind of hold his breath and step into the portal as if he's just fallen into a pool.
I'll just run and do the same thing.
All right.
I'll consult with the voices in my head first.
Oddly quiet. So
Oh, it's not
no
talking
comment
to
on
me.
that.
Is it ignoring me?
You just know that it seems oddly quiet.
It might not be able to talk to you outside the material plane.
We're not. We're still on the material
he's
plane.
still on the material
Oh, I
plane.
thought we were in the Feywild.
Not yet. Y'all haven't stepped
I'm the
through.
only one
Soren-
that ran through.
Soren and Grubosh, yeah.
Okay, I misunderstood what happened.
What sort of trauma are you dealing with right now?
What did you say?
That's a very good question.
I didn't hear what he said. Necros talks too softly for people to
Yeah,
understand.
I didn't hear it either.
His PTSD must be fucking up if he's talking to himself now.
Yeah.
Okay. Except, oh yeah, you guys don't know that he took a voice. I was trying to convert just with the voice in my head, but okay then. I didn't say anything out loud. I'm not crazy.
Nah, you're crazy.
Dude, blowing my arm off isn't crazy, it's reckless.
What's the difference?
Agreeing to whatever a mystical voice in a puddle of tar to do whatever it wants is crazy.
I didn't agree to let it do whatever it wants. We had a deal.
You agreed to a magical talking voice of a pile of sludge that tried to suck you
It's
to
not
its death.
sludge, there was no sludge. It was just a very
DM?
necrotic.
Was that sludge?
It was sludge, kind of.
Oh, sludge? I thought it was just necrotic feeling energy at the bottom of the friggin'
By
pit.
the way, I probably should have mentioned this, but thankfully I can excuse my forgetfulness because they were been unconscious this time anyway. You know, in a magical slumber. There was that elf that Aaron pulled out of the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And
What do we do with this one? I say, pointing to the person we completely forgot about.
and whenever you
I thought
you do
that was the lady.
No, it's someone else. So whenever you do that, seems to be in a magical slumber, but Soren and Lawrence, you both recognize her actually.
Oh shit.
She was the lady who seemed to have that strange mystical connection to the wolf that she kept with her, and she was a member of the Circle of Swords. She pointed you toward Tyann whenever you encountered him for the first time after the siege.
Oh, wow. That was a long time ago.
Mm-hmm. Recall that her name is Gwyneth.
Callbacks.
But she seems to be in some sort of slumber again, and probably described as a death slumber, really.
I'm fine. She should be fine. God. I lost my arm and talks to the voice. Come on.
Oh, Gwyneth and Sith. I do have that written down.
Mm-hmm. Sith is nowhere to be found.
The dog's name was Sith.
Sith, yes, Sith.
Any tears were shed on that day.
I mean, I can think of a couple references you're referencing right now.
Dark Souls?
Thank you. Yes.
That was Sith.
Close enough.
Or you're talking about Sithis?
I pulled it from Irish mythology, so just made it a dog instead of a cat.
So, yeah, we all realize that Darius is going to end up being Dio, right?
I mean, I'm pretty sure half
Oh.
this party is gonna end up being evil, but
Without a frickin' doubt.
all right. Do you all step through though?
Well, I didn't get a response, so yeah, I'm going through.
Yep.
All right.
That is actually a
Despite-
good question. What is the actual canon? Is she just being carried by other people?
Yeah.
I mean,
she's being carried
if there's
until someone says otherwise. One of the players says otherwise, then I'm just assuming that she's being carried by one of the NPCs.
Okay.
I call my Nimbus. She's floating on the Nimbus because I forgot I have that thing and I don't want to leave
Fuck off! You have a flying Nimbus.
You try
Yes,
to call
I
for
do.
it, and you can't seem
I
to
call
get
for it before I step through the portal. That's what I
You
meant
can't
to say.
seem to. Yeah, you can't seem to. You get a cold feeling, and nothing happens.
Of course, nothing talk works like it's supposed to.
Silver all over again. 3 points to whoever got that reference.
I didn't even hear it. Oh, you said Silver Surfer?
I said it's like General Silver all over again.
I was about to say, I don't know what that has to do with the Silver Surfer, but.
Oh yeah, when he blew it out of the sky. I think I know what you're talking about. Dragon Ball.
Yep.
Yeah, they blew the damn thing out of the sky.
Yeah. But yeah, so you all step through, and you still feel a warm. It feels like a warm summer night, despite the fact that it seemed incredibly bright and kind of orange like day.
Turtle silver.
Whenever you stepped through the portal, you come out of what looks like, and you're standing in a large hollowed out tree stump, and there's a purple glow to the surrounding area, and again, it feels very, very warm, like a warm summer night. So you all can arrange yourselves however you would like within this sort of stump portal.
Okay, I was not expecting a map.
Which means we're about to get screwed.
Time to show our worth.
Where are we?
However you'd like to arrange yourselves around this area right here, this sort of tree stump portal.
Oh, where
Fang
he's just
is
okay.
just going crazy. He has heard so much about this place.
Yep.
On the way over here, by any chance, can I find out if what's the woman's condition? If it's caused by a curse or something similar?
Yeah, make a I'll say your choice of an Arcana or Religion check.
Arcana or religion?
Yeah. If you're trying to look at the magical symptoms of it.
Doesn't really matter since they're both ones.
And you can't identify it in detail. You've never seen anything like this before, but it's certainly there's a magical energy surrounding her. Yeah. You're pretty confident that it's some sort of magically induced slumber, but it's not your typical sleep spell, that's for sure. Because he seems to be pretty much fine physically.
Man, why don't I have key spells? This is bullshit.
Who has diamond dust worth 100 gold?
How much quiche could I pump when I had to pump into her to dispel magic?
100,000.
Disrupt her nervous
I'll
system.
give you a number. There you go. If you can manage to amass 100,000 within the rules of 5e, I'll let you have dispel magic.
Stunning strike.
He
said disrupt the nervous system.
Yeah, but
That's a
That's
shock
not how that
system.
works.
That's not what stunning strike does. Stunning strike stuns the muscles.
You said you asked about a diamond worth 100.
Diamond dust worth 100.
I remember you saying you were going to look into one before you left the city. I don't recall if you ever did. There's none in party loot. I don't think anyone else has one.
That's what diamond.
Worth 100 gold, yeah.
Diamond.
Don't we have?
I mean,
Well,
we
let me
literally
look
could have
into the
picked
party
one up
loot.
at some point.
Yeah, I remember
Do
Lawrence
you have
saying
a
that
pearl?
Lawrence said he was going to look into getting one, I think, but I don't remember if he ever actually got one before you all left.
I don't think I
We didn't really
did.
do a lot of things before we
Yeah,
left.
I don't
So
remember that.
And at the
I've
moment,
got a crystal of power.
I only have
So-
50 copper on me right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, you did not have a diamond worth 100 gold.
How much is the crystal of power worth?
Oh, not enough because it's not
Oh.
a diamond.
I kind of stop and go, oh, right. I should probably have let you guys know. So, where I found that person, there was a voice that spoke to me. Kind of like an elemental, and it wants to know if one of you is willing to be the host.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm pretty sure I said that.
Aaron, Master Icebreaker.
Hey, man, he remembers things. He was unconscious. He's remembering things slowly. There was a voice that spoke to me. We made a deal that I talked to it while I was unconscious.
You made a
seems to
deal
be
with a voice in your head.
Yes, yes, I've literally done it before. Don't you remember Tempest? That's the same kind of thing.
No, it is not, because we all were there to talk at the same time.
Tomato, tomato.
This doesn't sound like an elemental being, though.
Kind of is, kind of isn't. She. It's hard to explain.
Her element is lumps. 5 points, whoever got that reference.
Nope.
Yeah, that one went right by me.
It's 2 elders.
What, really? No
Holofarn
one
just
got
seems. Nope. Holofarn just seems. He doesn't seem shocked so much as just. He's kind of dumbfounded at hearing this, and he just shakes his head.
So you know
It
how
was Adventure Time.
Never seen it.
yeah, I've
Oh
really
my
watched a lot of
God.
Adventure Time. Yeah, so I go. So you know how Soren has Shalaya, Darius has Leviathan. Well, this is kind of like an elemental, and
Does it have a name?
I don't know if she wants me to tell you her name.
Her associate element, necrotic.
It's
World-ending
not
curse.
necrotic.
I'm not sure necrotic is technically an element.
It's
No,
not
with that
an
attitude,
element.
it's not.
It's more of really cold.
Thank you, God.
Yeah, see, remember how things were happening? There was like fire and fire elemental, there's like floods and flood elementals or whatever, storms. This doesn't make sense. It doesn't really follow the same path as the other ones, you know? Just doesn't make sense.
So all I know is that woman is kind of a host as well. It's weird. She didn't really explain things. Most elementals don't really like to explain things.
You agreed
They just
to
kinda speak in
something
riddles.
without getting all the details.
We were in the middle of a fight, so no, I couldn't get all the details.
Never make them sign a contract.
And what's the deal with like ancestry and bloodlines and stuff that we're talking about?
We're in the. I had to assume it'd be because we're in the what
Bang
is
is
it? What
waving
is
his
it?
hand in the air. He knows this answer.
What do you want? What is wrong
What?
with you?
What child? What is it?
It's because you're elves.
I mean, I already knew that I was going to say that, but thank you for interrupting me.
Yeah.
Because we have ties to this place.
I guess, you know, half.
I mean,
half ties
Yeah, it's
that we
just
know about.
It don't matter with
Gurbash.
the magic.
Gurbash kind of leans on his staff and says, "Yeah, I think the old man was just saying if someone waltzes up and tells you that they're your mama and they just need you to swear fealty to them, it's probably not true. So just watch
Trust
out
me,
for
I
it."
know who my mother is. She wouldn't be
Wow.
here.
I mean, I don't know the whole situation, so I can't comment much, but here's my two copper is that it sounds like you don't have the best track record of making deals, so.
Why would I make a deal with the Fae?
Why would you make a deal with a voice from a puddle?
Because it was an elemental.
It has offered you no proof that it is.
I've seen it.
What does it look
Yeah.
like then?
I don't know if they want me to tell you. Because I can't talk to them right now.
You know, you keep saying you don't know if they would like you to do that. That is not a good series of thought.
I mean, it's not like I can't tell you. It's just I don't know if they want me to. I'm trying to be polite.
What do
She
you
seems to
want
respond
to do?
nicely to polite. Well, let's get the fuck out of the Feywild.
Can I do a mental evaluation on them?
Can you
I
do
think
what?
that's long gone by this point.
Do a what?
He wants to do a shrink test on you. Or on him. God damn. I
Yeah, the
don't know
concussion
why this
really has
happens.
messed me up.
Probably should, but and speaking of elementals, Soren, your medallion kind of
Oh shit.
sort of starts to hum.
Which one?
The one that houses Shala.
Yeah, I've got so many medallions because I'm such a bard.
I do have a few
He's
jewels
got
on
his
me.
pimp chain.
I'll be like, testing. How you doing in there, love? Everything okay?
More than okay. In fact, it's not the elemental plane of fire, but it's nice to finally be somewhere that's not so cold.
In my head, it's
ambient-
fucking hot.
The ambient
Oh
energy
my
here
God.
is makes it a bit easier to recuperate.
How do the druids react to the talking necklace?
This is a mental conversation. So.
Yeah, you don't. None of you knows that.
Darn.
Just letting you know ahead of time that I think it might be strong enough to manifest here. So if you get in a bind and you need an extra hand,
Oh yeah, if and you can be my little extra sense if you see something or hear something weird coming. Let me know.
okay, I'm letting you know right now.
Oh shit.
Oh shit! Which direction?
All around you, and all of a sudden, all of you see, as if they were there before and you didn't notice them. Suddenly, large bubbles, basically the size of basketballs, appear in your vision, and they're just surrounding you, all around you, floating through the air, drifting slowly.
That's not good. Just starts walking my head. Any insight here? That could help.
Positions.
Shrugs.
I actually get a mental shrug in my head.
Nothing really happens. The bubbles just keep drifting by. Every once in a while, you can see a reflection in them, and they look like images from your past, but nothing specific. Just you having different conversations and things like that.
What do our druid friends think about this?
They have no idea what's going on.
What about Holoferin? Does he know what's going on?
Well, it's not an illusion. I can tell you that much.
Can Fang make a history if this is something that he was taught about?
Sure.
Apparently,
strike.
Roll20 hates me tonight because that's the second time that's happened. There we go.
Didn't it roll? Oh, congratulations. Thanks to your Fey waifu, you know that she mentioned one time something that she just kind of glossed over. She didn't go into detail over it, but you remember her mentioning something called memory bubbles. That's it. It's the only history of bubbles that you can remember related to the Feywild.
I think these are memory bubbles.
I think someone hit his head through that portal. What the fuck is a memory bubble?
Clearly, it's a bubble that shows you the memory. You see, they're looking at it.
But I don't remember that.
Yep. Maybe you gotta pop them to get them to work, Grubosh says.
Does that
I
ring
touch
alarm
one.
bells?
I mean, you kind of, you remember her saying that she would pop memory bubbles, but that's it.
Yeah, I touch one.
It pops, and you're given a horrifying vision of your past. You remember an argument that you had once where you were so sure that you were right, and a sudden revelation comes over you as you realize that you've been wrong about that small fact the entire time. And so your mental track of arguments that you've had, your track record has just gone down.
Oh no. I'm Donald Trump.
What? I'm confused. What happened to me?
You remembered, it's this simple, I'll put it to you. You remembered an argument that you had, or a fact that you thought, some discussion you had, where you argued that something was right, and you actually found out that you were wrong. That's what this memory bubble showed you.
Oh.
You destroyed your memory, bro.
Yeah,
You
Destroy the memory.
You incepted yourself.
so yeah, basically you just found out that you lost an argument that you thought you won. That's all that happened.
Oh. Oh, God, I was wrong.
Yeah,
Yes, I know.
It's probably something
I
simple.
feel
Like
like
you argued over the pronunciation of one of the martial arts terms from your homeland, and turns out you were actually wrong.
Yes. Oh. Oh, so he was right. The dolphin blow is so stupid.
Okay. Well, druids, Mr. Shepherd, how do we get out of here?
I'll pop another.
There's another one, and as it turns out, Aaron, you cannot, in fact, use key to clean windows. It can't be done. So that 45-minute argument that you had that time, waste of time. Grubosh pipes up, Soren, and says, well, unless you all want to take in the sights, then I suggest we follow the fireflies. And about a group of them over here, sort of, they form up, and they seem to be giving off a slightly different light than the rest, and they kind of begin to flutter down this path.
Follow the fireflies.
Soren, as you cross that line,
What is
roll
this?
me a
What are we,
D100.
Bray Wyatt?
Did you say roll a D100?
Yes, Soren, please roll a D100 as you hit that threshold there. Congratulations. You hear a snap, like a snapping of a finger. And you hear a sing-song voice kind of bellow out. a musical hello. And in front of you, holding some sort of what seems to be a very finely crafted lute, appears a satyr. And he says, "No, this right here is unexpected, but very welcome. You, I sense, are quite the musical prodigy, aren't you?"
I can do some things. I can play a tune, a fiddle or three.
Ah, yes, I know very well. Tell me, Soren, have you ever considered something other than the piccolo?
Piccolo, harp, lute. I dabble.
And which of these would you say is your favorite?
Well, piccolo is great because it's small. You can take it everywhere.
It's like
But
having a dick in my mouth.
the harp is, I only have one at home. I don't really carry it with me. It's more of a stationary instrument. But the lute's pretty great as well.
Yes, as you can see, favorite myself, and he has a lute that seems to be, upon closer inspection, made out of gold and ivory wood. He says, first time in the Feywild.
Yes, my first time.
Well, I have come to tell you a secret.
Okay. What's the catch?
You're trying to get through here quickly, and you'll run into a few hurdles, but I have a proposal, and if you accept this proposal, I won't only tell you a secret on how to better navigate your path to the Feywild, but I'll even grant you a boon of knowledge about your quest back home. Dealings with your human king.
How do you know about that?
Oh, I have eyes everywhere.
Do we hear this?
Yeah, he's talking in common.
He's like, yeah, you see him. I mean, I think.
He's like singing
right?
all his.
He's like loud and shit.
Mm-hmm. He's super loud. Like it's not over here. It doesn't sound like he's any quieter. It sounds like there's just speakers all around and he's echoing.
And what's in it for you?
What's in it for me? The music. You see, this proposal is simple. We have a game, a challenge of sorts, a war of tunes.
Are we having a
what-
Feywild version of the Devil down in Georgia right now?
Yes.
Yes. And what if I lose?
Oh. Now,
Swear to God,
some
you
of
say
my
I take your soul.
Now, some of my compatriots might demand your soul, or eternal love, or your firstborn child, but, well, those are fickle women, you see. I am interested in something more practical, which is simply you wouldn't have to be now or even in the short future, but you would owe me one favor. Specifically, one performance as my, we'll call it a court musician.
Red flag.
Now you can decline to play if I ask you. You won't have to play any tunes or instruments or perform at a venue that you wouldn't wish, so you would be able to freely repay this favor whenever you wish, but it would be there. Frankly, there aren't many that come through that are as skilled as you, and so You'll have to forgive me if I seem a bit underhanded in my recruiting. It would just be a one-time offer.
Can I insight check and see if he's being sincere?
Go ahead.
Good luck, sir.
Oh God.
No.
I mean,
Please
as
tell
far as
me
you
you
can
have
tell,
lucky.
it doesn't seem that he's lying. And Grubosh actually pipes up and says, they can't lie. And so, yeah, Aaron, nothing he says is a lie whatsoever. It's not like you look for the signs of lying. It's just somehow on an almost supernatural, instinctive level. It's not that you look for the signs and you don't see that he has any signs of lying. It's almost like you just know, just at an almost spiritual level, that he's telling the truth.
Well, he's definitely telling the truth. It's nice. It's a nice offer. Get to perform in the court of a fae. Sounds pretty
It
cool.
sounds intriguing, but didn't that dude just say warn us
Don't take any gifts.
not to take gifts? Assume all you see is an illusion.
I mean, a boon isn't a gift now, is it? Boon you usually have to earn.
Would Fang know anything about the Fae courts?
It depends. I have questions.
Wow, this barbarian might know more about the fucking fae than the actual
Well,
fae.
he is dating.
The lady who went missing, was she particularly in with any of the archfey or fae courts?
Yeah, did you write backstory for that?
I didn't write backstory for that.
Wow, why didn't you know it was going to come up? This is Kenshi we're dealing with. Everything comes up.
Yeah, but that's
give me
a history
like
check, man.
centaurs.
Give me a history check for general knowledge, then I'll.
Look, man, just because my other shoe hasn't dropped yet, and trust me, Kenji's waiting.
You're not sure of any particular names or courts. One thing you do remember, you can correlate what Grubosh is saying from what you understand. Fae, especially powerful Fae, cannot lie. Like it is oaths for them hold a power which will actually lash out at them if they break a promise or lie. It can kill them. So.
How do we know he's a Fae?
Say
Are you a fae? He said, "How do you know he's a fae?" Aaron goes, "Are you a fae?"
For all we might know, it might be a devil.
Are you a fae? I asked out loud.
Indeed.
Yeah, he's a fae. He can't lie.
Is there a way to check if there's any illusions going on?
Yes. It's an investigation intelligence, I believe. It might just be straight.
I will do that then instead.
Let me look.
26.
Yeah, it's an investigation. So you cut away this illusory form. He's not, in fact, just a satyr with a lute. He is a ridiculous, flamboyant satyr with a lute. There's no illusion going on.
Okay. I just got to.
Yeah, the illusion goes away, and he's doing a JoJo pose.
Yeah.
All right, sir. I accept your challenge.
Very good. Would you prefer your own instrument?
Oh, but when I make deals with things, it's
One
a
of
problem.
Did you not see how everything was discussed and multiple people were like, okay. Seems okay.
And it wasn't discussed over here?
He laughs out loud and says, I'm sorry, Mr. Aaron, but I'm afraid I'll have to take your companion's side on this matter. But back to the challenge.
I'm sorry, you don't know me. You don't know how I like my Cocoa Puffs. You don't know what kind of conversations I've had.
an instrument you've brought or one of my own?
Can you play anything besides that one that you got there?
I wager that I can play more than has been invented in your plane.
Oh, snap.
Snap!
I play the double neck electric guitar.
Right, he just pulls a double neck freaking bass guitar.
Since
You
we're
have to
having
melt your face off, kid.
a riff off, I will use the classical lute. Ding, ding,
I'm
ding,
surprised.
Ding, 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 ding.
He will do the same.
I'm surprised that the investigation didn't pull back the facade and just make or metalhead make or mad just standing there. I became a furry.
Waiting for it, yeah. He says, all right then. Well, shall we? Oh, sorry, I should have asked. Do you have any preference for the stage?
How about close to where we need to go?
I'm just gonna start popping memory bubbles if this is going on. This is not entertaining me.
So
Do we have the injured to take care of first?
he raises his hands to be next to his head, and he kind of zigzags them down to chest level and then down to his waist. He claps once at each place. He claps once, and the entire area shifts, and you're standing over what seems like another one of these portals. You can't quite touch it, but it almost looks like you're standing over, like, you know, those glass bridges in China or whatever, the ones that are completely transparent. It's almost like one of those. It's like you're floating in the air. He claps a second time, and the lights all shift, and it looks as if it's in daylight. And he claps a third time, and you see an arrangement of sprites, dryads, other fake creatures like that, arranged as if sitting and listening to the performance that's about to happen.
Damn, I am a little nervous for this.
Welcome to the Feywild.
Yeah, you just challenged the dude for his golden fiddle. Why wouldn't you be nervous?
Lawrence, use a prayer, buddy.
I miss Nico. I didn't get to play him much.
Good.
Lawrence, are you indeed going to try to interfere with this, or?
Nope. I got a patient to take care of. Or
Cool.
I
So
know
I don't
enough
get any
to never
guidance.
get involved with the Feywild in a duel.
Yeah, I'm over here poking memory bubbles.
You see the satyr kind of lets go of his lute and lets it hang by the strap, and then gets lifted up by a few pixies and things that seem to be working on it and tuning it, and then he fiddles with the strings a bit, smiles satisfactorily, and says, "Please, after you."
Jesus Christ.
Oh, he's not even offering you the opportunity to know what you gotta be. Shit.
Okay, I'll start with Stairway to Heaven. Just keep it nice and slow and mellow.
one.
Why would
Did
you
you just say
bring that
What is?
Necro? Why? Why would you
What is
call that
Why are you
evil?
bringing this evil upon him? You did the same thing when I threw the spear at at Tempest.
To be fair, that worked out in our favor.
You don't know that. You assume it worked out in our favor.
What
I
happened?
mean, we got a ghost pirate ship and a vampire. Oh, and a knife that can make a hero's feast.
Look, you keep saying the vampire like it's a good thing.
Did
Darius
the
is
ghost
turning
thing?
into Dio, and we know it.
I know. But the good
That's
thing
not a
about
good
him
thing.
being a Dio is he's real easy to kill.
No, he's not.
Yeah, we just need what's it called?
Quite literally, he got blown up, survived his head, blown up again, survived his JoJo's body.
Oh yeah, we just need a
Did the
steamroller.
roll go through? I didn't see it. If it did,
I don't think so.
performance.
I don't think anyone rolled.
So what
Okay.
are you doing?
So performance. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Are you a lore bard? No,
No.
you're not a lore bard. I think lore bards are the only ones who can add their own inspiration to their rolls.
Yeah, I don't think I can inspire myself.
Well, you're screwed.
Not
Oh.
bad.
Yeah, it has to be a
17
creature
arms
other than
comes out. He
yourself.
starts playing the fiddle all at once.
He nods, impressed, and says, Would it offend you if I were to try the same tune? Would you rather I try something else?
He's trying to beat you
Asshole.
with your own.
Asshole.
Oh, that's amazing. He's trying to beat you with your own song.
Jesus Christ. Have at it.
The
Thank you.
greatest
I've
thing ever.
never heard it before, so please forgive any shortcomings.
Kenji, please don't. Thank God.
Oh my god, he's
Oh.
like,
They both have a +9.
you're just as good as him. That make you feel good. This super powerful Fae can only play the instrument only as good as your mortal ass.
And you're actually confident, Soren. It's not by much, but you actually think you haven't beat a bit on that tune.
All
But
right.
his
Nice.
grin never
Unfortunately, a Battle of the
fades.
Bands is a concert.
Yeah, his grin never fades, and he says, This isn't quite. Something's not right. I know just what the issue is.
That's not good.
And he raises one hand above him and snaps a finger. And arranged around you, suddenly, what seem like made out of leaves and tree roots, sort of these mannequins or statues of the various creatures. And you realize that as you play your tunes, the sound kind of goes into the statues and almost sounds like a chorus of voices singing back. And he says, much better.
Creepy.
Now allow me. And he leads with another strange tune that you've never heard before.
It's interesting. I guess that's what they call music in the Feywild.
Now that's what I call music.
His grin widens.
So I'll kick it up a notch now.
Are you playing Through the Fire and the Flames?
No, I was gonna play Master of Puppets.
Oh. On a non-electric guitar.
Yeah,
Or guitar at all. It's a lute.
You could do it. Whatever.
The song sounds like it'd be better if it was distorted. I'm just saying.
But I'll do like a more upbeat, like folksy, like Mediterranean, like Italian song.
All right.
Like a tarantella. Oh my god.
Ooh.
Wait,
He gets this wolfish grin and he says, going regional, are we?
You suck diddly.
Hmm.
Do you not have expertise?
I didn't choose that for expertise.
You didn't choose performance? What is wrong with you? What kind of bard who performs doesn't choose?
I'm a spy. I picked persuasion and an investigation.
You see him, he claps again, and a few pixies come up and lift the lute off of him by the strap and all, and he looks around and says, could one of you fetch... Well...
Have an air.
So many to choose from. How about What was that silver filigreed lute Veranestra gave me? Could one of you get that, please, and hurry? Let's not leave our guests waiting. And quickly these pixies flutter off, and a new set of pixies comes back with another lute. And you see this one is made out of another sort of oak, and it has this array of silver filigree, and it almost looks like it's alive, like the silver is just constantly flowing and being replaced. And it's placed back over him by the strap again. And he says, "Now, as a sign of appreciation to Miss Veranestra with her lute, perhaps I should play one of her tunes. I do hope I don't fail this one. I assure you that even if you were to take the victory on this one, it would be bad for both of us if I were to offend her."
Ooh,
And
you've got a chance.
he plays something that it almost doesn't even sound like music at first. It almost comes out like a voice, and despite the fact that he's playing the lute, it sounds like a woman's song. And he plays for a little while, and then suddenly comes to a halt as the chorus around him stops. And he says, "What do you think?" Kind of gestures around at all the different fae arranged, and they about half seem excited for him and half for you, Soren. And he says, "Well, the chord is split."
Oh shit, this guy's a member of the court.
All right.
He's a powerful fae.
Care to put an end to this?
I'm gonna play what you played, but I'm gonna add my take on it. So I'll maybe something that my father taught me,
Okay.
who was, like a very famous court
Musician, yeah.
yeah, but like I barely remember, but it's like something that's like one song that I've known like my whole life, and I'm gonna add that into like the song, like mash it up into the one that he just played.
All right, you know what?
Is it Sugar We're Going Down and This Is Gospel?
This is Jesus is King right here.
Leading right into the Emperor's New Clothes.
Trying to get that advantage.
He gets advantage?
No, I
Wait,
said he's
what?
trying to get that advantage.
Fang is cheering for
He's pulling
Soren
from his
to win.
backstory.
Okay,
Aaron is
so
popping bubbles. He gives no fuck.
We'll go.
Ooh.
Oh no! Fuck!
You suck, Goodly.
I rolled so poorly that whole time. I didn't roll above a 10.
First one you did. Well, shit.
Necro's laughing at you. Oh my god. He's just outclassing you, man. You made this bed, now you gotta lay in it.
As he begins to play, you see mirror images of him appear behind him and then around, and then they eventually encircle you, and they all begin to play separate parts of the same tune. And he goes on like this for a minute or two. And he kind of begins to walk around you in a circle while he plays. He's sort of spinning and dancing and tumbling all the way.
Jesus Christ. Just getting trounced. Like, I can't beat a natural 20, so
And he says,
game over for me.
"It seems that it's your off day, friend, but, well, sometimes it's just the luck of the draw, isn't it? I don't think your skill is the issue. This is, well, this isn't my finest day either, I have to admit."
Can we talk about the fact that not only did he beat him, and once he had him beat, he just flourished all out?
Yeah, it was a rough. It was pretty savage.
Normally, I have to be frank. I hope this doesn't sound arrogant, but there wouldn't have been a chance, but you did put up a good effort.
Eh.
I never got your name, master musician.
Madman.
He stops and says, "Are you sure you'd like to know it?"
Well, how am I to know who I'm gonna eventually have to play for?
He smiles and says, "Don't let it go to your head then." And he announces that he is Hearsome, Prince of Satyrs.
Oh shit!
As far as you understand, he is the first of the satyrs to roam the Feywild and is believed to be a living incarnation of song. So it seems that he was probably going easy, but it was still a good contest.
Oof.
You are lucky.
Wow. Well, it was an honor.
He says, "Well, at least take this, you see. The others tend to deal in leaves and other motifs, but I find that to be dull. There's no use for it. Instead, I think I'd like to mark you with something else, so if you could," and he snaps another finger, and the loot that was taken away earlier is brought back, and the pixies try to set the strap over your shoulder.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Okay, do so, and you get
Don't
the
accept
golden and
gifts.
ivory loot that he had earlier, and he says, "Well, you do owe me one performance, and keep this. It'll hopefully provide you with some use and preparation until I call on you." I have to admit, you do have some moxie to accept it, regardless of whether you succeeded or not. Perhaps next time we'll have another competition.
Yeah. See you around.
He
I'm sorry.
turns and
So
begins to walk off with his mirror images still playing, but then he stops, snaps his finger, and everything except for him and the party all freeze, as if they were all frozen in time like an image. And he turns back around and says, "And one more thing.
Yeah.
Mind your step." And he suddenly disappears, and the entirety of all that he had changed or added disappears as well. And you realize that you weren't in fact standing on a pedestal at all. It was all an illusion, and you all are about 4 or 5 feet in the air and just begin to fall back onto the ground where you were.
slow fall.
Ah!
Okay, so
Whoa.
I just want to point out, you got on my case for making a deal with something I didn't understand, but you just accepted a deal from a gift from the Fae, which we were told not to do. Is that correct?
Well, I can't take up a good challenge when it comes to music.
Yes, but you've accepted a gift, which we were told explicitly not to do.
Wait, did he just have a freaking music duel with an archfey?
Yes. Hopper, that didn't seem clear to you.
Mm-hmm.
No, my brain's just still processing that.
Well, that was very, very interesting. Let's all go home.
Let's. And if you continue on and follow the path, then you see that the fireflies sort of shift from that orange glow to a bluish glow. And you come out on the left on this next map. And me. You spot, clad in what seems to be some sort of scaled or plate armor. You all come out here. Three. They don't quite look like your typical elves, but somewhat elvish women, identical as far as you can tell, standing guard in front of the bridge, bearing leaf-bladed swords.
Oh, are those the from Tome of Foes?
What? Sorry, what did you ask?
It's
You
like
trying to figure out a race? Is that what it
yeah,
was?
it's the Autumn Elves or whatever.
Eldritch?
Yeah, Eladrin. Yeah, that's what they appear to be.
Hello there.
They all begin to speak at once, and then two of them suddenly stop and kind of snicker and cover their mouths, and then the one up front closest to you says, "Oh, excuse our hastiness. It's not often we have such fine visitors to the summer court."
Ooh, we're entering the summer court territory.
Oh, that's not good.
You
It
already
really
within
isn't.
No, I'm saying that for a whole different reason. That I kind of mentally check to see if the lady is all right.
This is the most barren it's ever felt. Like she's not even there, especially now.
Oh no.
Can Fang make a history check to see if he was taught the differences between the courts?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry I keep asking this. I want to know what my character
It's
knows.
fine. It makes sense. Okay, so you don't know a lot of details, but generally what you know is that the Fae are split into two major courts, the summer and winter, or the Seelie and Unseelie. And the summer tend to show warmth, light, life and growth more, and their beauty lies more in the images of great forest and springs and waterfalls and overturned autumn leaves and great sweeping plains. Whereas they're um very over the top, generally flamboyant and enthusiastic court. Think like your typical Midsummer's Night Dream type deal from Shakespeare. The Winter Court, on the other hand, they encompass more of a cold beauty. It's more of a stark contrast. Their sort of beauty is in iced over still lakes, isolated mountain peaks, mounds of snow, frosty valleys, sort of very statuesque, and they tend to be very cold and calculating.
Neat.
Well, we're just passing through. We just need to get to a portal.
Oh, you seek passage here. That's a shame. And the second one here kind of pipes up and finishes her sentence. She says, Queen Titania or one of her ladies would surely love to. Shut up. Would certainly love to converse with your party.
Uh-oh.
No, we're really in a rush, actually. Sorry.
You kind of lean over and whisper, "You just battled the fucking archery. What do you mean we're in a rush?"
Yeah, but that was fun. This sounds terrible.
I don't want to fight a queen.
The third one frowns and says, That seems quite off, sisters. And they both kind of nod in agreement, and the top one speaks again and says, Don't you think it's a bit rude to seek entrance and passage through the Summer Court's territories without at least leaving a name or saying hello? After all,
Shoot, she's got a point.
What do you guys think?
Unfortunately, she has a point. Manners-wise, that's pretty rude.
Yeah, we don't want to have a dickish reputation.
I mean, do the druids have a way of getting around this? Or did they fuck off at one point?
they're there, but they just shake their head and say, This isn't. The Fae can be all about etiquette.
Can we sense if there's an illusion going on here? Can I check?
I mean, it's
Go
Feywild,
ahead.
man.
It'd be another investigation.
Ugh.
You try and you can't pick up on anything.
No one wants to insight these fools.
I'll incite him, but
I'm
they
not
might
good
be.
at insight, so
Neither am I today. That was a 10.
It's investigation.
Oh.
well,
okay.
just to see whether they're lying about
17.
the Titania thing.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, you can't. It doesn't seem like it, no. It doesn't seem like anything's fishy's going on.
17. Investigation for whatever
Yeah,
he
it
was
doesn't seem like
investigating.
you can. Yeah, it doesn't. You don't see anything that would suggest an illusion. Everything seems to, pretty much be straightforward.
Gotta love it when we nat 20
Lawrence,
things.
God damn.
these are some of the most beautiful women you've ever seen in your life.
Oh.
Inhumanly beautiful.
Oh.
However, upon closer inspection, these seem to have a few flaws here and there. And the
Oh.
more you look at them, the more these little things start to pop up. Their armor seems a bit flimsy. And then you realize that rather than a legend, there are 3 hags standing.
That's why I knew there were hags, because there's fucking always 3 of them.
And rather than
I
blades,
forgot hags were
they're
considered Fey.
carrying steel beating hearts. And suddenly one of them focuses and squints real hard and spits out in a horrible snarl. He's seen us, sisters. And they all point, and
Fight strike.
yeah, so okay, let's shoot through one. So Soren and Fang, you're getting 2 lightning bolts coming at you. Aaron and Lawrence, you're getting 1. So please, dexterity saving throws.
Jesus Christ, we're all rolling low tonight.
Jesus, I can't get anything to.
Thank God for danger sense.
All right, that's right. I have an 18. Whew. Thank God for danger sense. Thank God for reminding me I have danger sense.
Okay,
You are
Lawrence,
welcome.
you fail, but everyone else passes. So, lightning bolt. Let me see. It's all right. So Lawrence, you'll take full damage from this. So Lawrence, you take 37 lightning damage.
Fuck.
Whoa, shit.
And Aaron, you take half of that. Soren and Fang, you take half of this and half of that.
Oh my God.
Half of 37 and then half of 16.
Oh man.
Oh, we got hit twice?
So
Yeah,
8
so
and...
these two up top both shot lightning bolts through you in a line, and then the one at the bottom shot a lightning bolt through through Aaron into Lawrence at that line.
Okay, 37 divided by 2.
Do I take less because my freaking hand wraps are lightning? No? I just don't ask.
It's 18.5, so 18 damage. Plus the 8 damage we get for the 16 halved.
Yeah.
I just kind of open my thing and look at the flaming bird and go, "You want to kill some hags, buddy?"
And
Ouch.
Are we in initiative now?
we are getting initiative. So everyone, please roll initiative. I will take care of any NPCs that get involved.
Yeah, there's a few.
Can I shoot out of a
Finally, I
spell
rolled
in
good.
reaction?
Sorry, what was that?
Can I shoot out a spell in reaction to this?
Do you have a spell that has a
They
reaction?
kind of got the jump, so no. Normally, I would say if you're the one initiating it, but since they initiated, it'll be initiative.
I can't do anything at the moment.
Honestly,
So what
I'm
was that?
really tempted to just bring out the freaking
Did you say you're
frog
not at your
to see
computer
what
right
he
now?
looks like here.
Has a handsome face.
Necro, did you say you're not able to roll right now because you're not there? Is that what it was?
Yeah, I'm using my phone at the moment.
Okay, I can roll for you then.
Here, I was gonna summon a tower of fire.
You got a 5 on your initiative.
Jesus
Well, that's
Christ.
new.
Yeah, we rolled poorly.
So Fang, you go first.
Aaron didn't roll, did he?
Yeah, I did. I rolled
Yeah,
an
you
8.
did.
You're Are you not high enough barbarian level to get advantage?
What level would I get advantage at?
I forget. Hold on.
It's 7th level.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely not high enough. I'm only 4th level barbarian.
Gotcha. Alright, time to cook us some hags. Bonus action, Magician's Red. Turn on my heat sword.
Boo, Wendy Chesterburger.
All right.
I'm sorry, I keep forgetting. For this game, do you treat diagonals as 10 or 5?
5.
Okay.
I treat diagonals as 5, so.
Right, walks right up to this hag right here. And he's just gonna hit her. He's not gonna call out reckless, or he's not gonna call great weapon master or anything.
All right. Hit.
Nice. Alright, second attack. $17.
That's a hit.
Damn. And that's his turn.
All right. You see her hiss, and do any of you have? What are your passive perception?
22.
10.
Okay. Anyone with a passive perception higher than 15, you notice that this hag in the middle is wearing a strange pendant, and upon closer inspection, it's actually not any piece of jewelry. It's an eyeball hanging on a chain, or not a chain, sorry, but an eyeball strung up on what looks like some sort of bone or sinew around her neck. And you can only see it for a moment as suddenly disappear from sight.
You know, it's times like this I really wish I had Mage Slayer.
Why does the bard or the freaking cleric not have counterspell or something like that? Why do you suck so much? Soren, why do you suck diddly?
So wait, what about the wizard? He would have been in range if he's got counterspell.
If it was an item, then
Dispel magic.
Oh.
It would have to be.
If you're asking about the invisibility, it was not something that could be affected by counterspell from, or he, like he calls that out.
So, is that the fight or?
Not to him apparently. He decides to kind of holds his hand out, and he snaps a finger, and you see this orb of fire form in his palm, and he says, "Don't think that I'll be able to figure out where they are, not by any magical means right now, so I suggest that one of you pick a direction and tell me where to fling this."
I mean, right where they were. I mean, they might have moved, but fuck it.
Okay, so he kind of flings it toward where they were. It lands about here. And he actually does catch one. And it seems she'd only backed up onto the bridge a bit. And let's see how good she is on Dex.
Wait, where did he place it?
He flung it right around there. And he managed to catch one. She gets a 21, nat 20 on her Dex save. So she takes 13 fire damage. And then he kind of swivels around for a better shot here for any follow-ups. Aaron.
To do 5, 10. 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And I'm going to rage,
Okay.
which means I need to roll a d8. Every creature within 30 feet of me takes 1d10 necrotic damage.
Did you just say 30 feet?
30 feet, yes.
Why though?
Because that's my wild surge.
Tight. What's the number?
Yeah,
We're about
let's
to find
do
out, boyo.
Unearthed Arcana.
7.
Aaron, you better be thankful for that Unearthed Arcana that they put out. Because...
I was hoping I'd roll that one too. Unfortunately, I hit you guys, but I know where I might have made him pop up.
because
Yeah, it's okay.
everything in 30 feet,
Mm-hmm.
and the hags are attempting to stay within 30 feet. You reveal both of the others.
Hey.
Cool. So how many people take 7 damage?
Me,
I do.
Soren, and the mage.
Literally everyone except for Lawrence.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I hit him?
Yes.
6. So I gain temporary HP equal to the sum of the necrotic damage dealt to the creatures.
Yeah, presumably.
1, 2.
Check.
Well, it's all creatures within 30 feet of me. I can't choose it. It's literally just a boom.
Yeah, I know that. I'm trying to. I need to look at the table real quick.
Yeah, I'll post it.
The sum
It's
of
the
the
first
necrotic damage dealt to the creatures. Yeah, I can't tell if that means what
Just
you
the one
rolled.
just what I rolled, or is it
Yeah.
from every creature?
It
Yeah,
says the
that's
sum of the necrotic damage dealt to the creatures.
I don't know.
Plural.
Yeah, so if it's the sum of the necrotic damage dealt to the creatures, that means 7, or does that mean 42? That's very important. Because the sum would make me think it's 7 plus 7 plus 7, but oh yeah, wording.
yeah, it's
What is this from? Is this a feat?
it's
I
an
don't
unearthed
understand.
No,
arcana.
this is Unearthed Arcana. This is the
It's a
this is
subclass.
the Wild Surge Barbarians.
Yeah, it's an unearthed arcana.
We've been
subclass.
over this multiple times.
Yeah, they
I
put
just-
out a new one too with Rune Knights.
I just don't remember this surge table before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. On one hand, the wording seems to suggest that it's the total sum, but on the other hand, that is kind of wild. So
Wouldn't
need
it
to
just
make
be
a roll
half
then,
of
'cause
the damage or something like that? Wouldn't that make more sense than or rolling? I don't know for it.
that would actually probably make sense as a compromise. I don't know. Does that chap you hard, Aaron, if I say it's half of the sum? Because I could see how that could get really out of hand.
I'm
It's
fine.
freaking
So,
21
okay.
temporary hit points, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not my fault. You guys didn't. You guys moved into my range.
Yeah, I'm gonna
No one moved but me.
see if they put out any more information on
enough.
that, or if that's not gonna come out until a revision comes out. But for now, we'll say that as a rule, and so combat doesn't get slowed down.
Okay, I'm gonna then
Anything
punch
else?
this bitch.
Okay. This is the one, by the way, with the necklace, from what you can tell. The eyeball.
Oh, cool. I'm definitely punching this bitch. I'm going to. Actually, first strike is not going to be a punchy punch. It's going to be. Yeah, I missed.
You did miss, yeah. Just barely.
Yeah.
That hits.
I don't think I get the lightning damage because I didn't throw it.
Yeah, so
it's only 8 piercing.
yeah, she kind of hisses and clutches at the
I'm
eyeball
sorry.
as the javelin pierces into her.
Javelins aren't finesse, right?
No.
So that's needs to be redone. So that's 3 plus 2, which is 5 plus. That should be 7.
Okay, I got you. I fixed it.
Because that's me. Yeah, that's me throwing it, not using it as a weapon.
Yeah. Yeah, seems to affect her just fine, though. I mean,
And that's me
pierce right
turn.
through. Soren.
Wait, no, it's not.
Oh, what?
Sorry.
Did you forget something?
6 lightning.
Okay, now Soren.
Okay. So I'm going to shatter.
Oh wait, did I make a ruling on that before? Sorry, I didn't mean
On
to
the hand
interrupt your
whips?
turn again. Yeah. Did I say they were for all weapons or just unarmed?
I thought they were for all weapons because it would still travel through the weapon.
Oh, I thought we made the decision it was unarmed.
Yeah, I thought
I mean,
so as well.
I don't remember, but
Yeah.
Yep, long ago this might have been.
Yeah, sorry if I did that. I don't want to mix up rulings, but yeah, that should be unarmed. So
All right, so it's just 7 damage.
yeah. All right, Soren.
Oh yeah, shatter. I'm gonna shatter. The shit.
Okay.
10-foot radius sphere. Okay. So I try to get it. Oh man, can I hit to these two?
You're gonna hit me, yes.
If you put it in the middle of them, you can. You can't center on them.
No, but
What is the radius on shatter?
it's 10
foot.
feet.
So yeah, you can hit them both. You just hit me.
Yeah.
Well, it's payback.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
so-
brown bear. What the hell?
Oh, the
Yeah, it's your
druid's wild
buddy.
shaped.
Yeah, I got an awesome roll.
Okay, so I'll bust
That's
down.
con save.
All right. I don't think these hags are very.
Oh my god,
It's not terrible.
that is
You got all 2s. That's insane.
that's the saddest thing I've seen in my life.
I'm gonna cry. I've rolled so shit, dude.
Yeah.
This is such a bad night for me.
But this one seems to be in pretty bad shape from that, actually. The one closest to Fang. Do anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna
What?
bonus
I think
action
I've gotten it.
activate my blade, and then I'm going to run up. Just right here.
Okay. Lawrence. If you're talking, we can't hear you. I don't know if you're still on your phone or not.
Well, we lost the cleric.
Yep. He did say his internet was being choppy, so I'll give him a couple seconds. If he doesn't come back, then we'll just skip over him and let him do his turn whenever he comes back.
Yeah, we'll just say he's doing whatever the party needs, which is
Yeah.
stopping them from doing what they
There
did.
he is. Still can't hear you, though.
It's mass
It can't
healing
be.
word. So that pretty much hits
Do we
all of
need
us.
it?
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. So.
But do we need it is the question.
I could use
Yes.
some. I got hit for a lot.
Okay. So you all get 13 points back.
I forgot about the lightning.
Yeah. So every one of you all gets 13 health points back.
Wouldn't it be 17?
That radiant is because he has his divine strike on, and he just
Oh,
left the damage
gotcha.
modifier on. That's That's because he's I think life cleric. I think it's life clerics that get the extra hit, sort of like a mini smite. You know how some clerics they either get the better. Yeah, there it is. They're life clerics are one of them that are considered melee clerics, so they get divine strike instead of the cantrip buff. So he does an extra D8 radiant damage on his regular melee attacks. All right, are you doing anything else, or is it just the mass healing word?
I did attack the bottom hag.
Okay. Did you roll? Did it go through? Or?
16.
That misses. Anything else?
That'll be it.
All right, so he's just gonna rush to the closest one. So he kind of rushes through the bushes, just powers through them, and tries to tear this hag up. Manages to bite her, and he kind of bites into her arm and sinks his fangs in, but doesn't seem to be able to do much more. She kind of backs out of the way of his claw fang. A bear has just run up beside you.
Okay, cool. Fang's gonna go over here.
Okay.
And he's going to rage.
I don't appreciate this kill stealing.
And he's going to Great Weapon Master.
Oh,
I don't
boy.
appreciate this kill stealing.
So dead.
Don't forget to boost up.
Survey says.
Oh yeah, I just lagged from Roll20. Give it a minute.
Well,
So
the first one
18.
definitely hits.
Yeah, the first one hits.
The second one was because I didn't see it go off.
Yeah.
Well, it
That's
misses.
Add 3 to that because of my rage.
Got you.
And
So
second,
we're gonna teach you how to make macros.
what do you mean macros?
So you can put everything in without having to.
Yeah.
I did the one
No,
I did
no.
for Great
I'm
Weapon
not
Master
talking about-
overrides the rage.
I'm not talking about on the character sheet. I'm talking about an actual macro that you have to
Yeah.
type in the code for.
Oh,
Because it'll prompt because you can make drop boxes that prompt certain questions. Like, are you raging? So it'll apply your rage bonus and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Those are handy. Yeah, so that's a good hit. You sink your blade into her, and you almost catch her kind of tattered garment on fire, but blade slips out again with a kind of grotesque noise.
alright. Attack number 2. Also Great Weapon Master.
Ooh,
That hits.
18.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Also +3.
Wow,
No.
that is exactly enough.
30.
That is literally to the exact HP
39.
enough.
43. He did 49 points of damage.
So, how do you want to do this?
I mean, I might as well commit to the bit. When am I going to have an opportunity to do this again?
Are you Travis Willingham or Orky?
I think it's time to take the hag to Suplex City.
Okay, that's not.
I know,
Orky
I
doesn't-
know.
I know, I'm just fucking with you.
Fuck you, the tree you rode in on.
Oh, hey,
Toki,
look.
you came back at the perfect moment.
That's hilarious.
So,
My
ask
coup de
again.
grace is I'm suplexing this hag.
How hard? In
Full
fact, roll me in
Nels,
athletics.
the perfect 10-point bridge.
Roll me in athletics.
German suplex, bitch.
I'm raging, so I get advantage on this.
Uh-huh.
Oh, the one new anime that just came out.
Fucking
Yeah,
A,
Okay,
really?
so you don't blow a hole in the bridge, but you hit her, you suplex her hard enough that her head actually does sink into the bridge a bit as it kind of splinters. And you leave a permanent pothole there, and she just kind of
I
sticks
will
that
not
way.
be outdone.
Congratulations. And as you do so, the eyeball on the bony string kind of rolls off of her neck and rolls down the slope of the bridge toward this side.
Can I pick it up as a reaction?
Yeah, it's his turn, so I'll let him go for his stuff first.
I mean, I saw it fall off.
Yeah, just rolling.
Sure, I'll walk over and grab it.
It has this horrible sickening feeling as you do, and you feel as if there are two tethers to the other hags.
Ugh.
Let it go. Let it go. What are you doing?
Can I just
Which
sketch
is,
it?
you squishing it?
I'm trying to break it.
Okay. You hear screams of agony, and you know when the Witch King dies, it gets stabbed by arrow and he just kind of crumples inward.
Uh-huh.
Let's see.
Did I just Deus Ex Machina these two?
Yeah, so you see that begin to happen, and the one next to the bear, the one in front of the bear, gets the worst of it. As you see, she is barely standing now. You hear horrible, grotesque noises as she begins to kind of wither away right there on the spot, and the one down here experiences sort of the same thing, but she's a bit more resilient. As you just caused 3d10 damage to the remaining hags by squishing
Jesus
it,
Christ.
and it rolled to a 21.
Just by breaking the eyeball?
You have destroyed the Coven's hag eye, yes.
Huh.
And you notice that they begin to start screeching, and one of them calls out, and when she raises her eyes, raises her head, you notice her eye sockets look as if they're kind of glazed over and burned out, and they scream in agony, and they say, "My eyes, my eyes!"
Oh, what's about to happen next? They're not gonna like then.
They are blinded. Which means they cannot affect you all with most of their spells. So they're gonna just try to go invisible and run away. Presumably run away.
Hey, where are they going?
They're running away.
Yeah,
How? Where are they? Where'd they go?
They
they went invisible.
Again with this shit.
Cycle of opportunity with disadvantage.
I looked it up and I thought that was the case, but actually, you can't do that against invisible creatures because it has
How
to
are
be
they
something
running
you
away
can
when
see.
they can't see?
I mean, they're just splitting. They're not going for like a specific thing. They just go invisible. And
Can I hear them?
No.
Oh, okay.
While invisible, she leaves no physical evidence of her passage, so she can be tracked only by magic.
Okay, I got something for this.
You do feel something brush against you, though. But that's well, actually, no. I guess you wouldn't for physical passage, so whatever. But anyway, Olifarin doesn't really want to risk another fireball, so he readies an action. Aaron.
I need to check something because I know it gives it to me. I just need to find which one it is. There's so much there. It is. I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
Part of the barbarian.
Part of the Barbarian. Lingering Magic.
Okay. You see an illusory, a sort of a pinkish glow of illusory magic. Somewhere around here and somewhere around here.
Cool. I'm going to run up to the one that's closest because I can't really hit it now that I've used my action. I guess I don't think I can't bonus action attack.
Right. Okay.
Can I bonus action try to grapple it?
Unless you have something
Or
that
is
lets
it-
you, then
Nah. All right.
Soren.
I'll ask Aaron. Do you know where she is?
There's one in front of me, and there's one that's further up ahead. And I'll point to where it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
For
So
an
here's
general
about,
direction.
about here's where he's pointing. Somewhere around there. Basically, if you see this ping anywhere between here and here.
Okay, but I know there's one like kind of in front of him.
Roughly, yeah. He saw another one around here.
Oh, did I actually move past it?
I mean, you don't know, but I'm saying I'm not clicking on the right exact tile because you just see a
Gotcha.
lingering aura. But basically, I'll say that you can probably see like within 4 or 5 tiles where they are.
Okay.
I don't see a lingering aura.
Well, in that case,
Oh, apparently I'm wrong. You choose the color, so it's not a pinkish aura. It's whatever color aura you want for your illusion magic, Aaron. Sorry, I
It's
overstepped
gonna
my
be
boundaries
white.
there, man.
Yo, what the hell, man?
Yeah, sorry,
Rein it
man.
back. Rein it back.
I'll refund you. All right, so what is it?
so I'll just do another shatter, like in this area.
Why wouldn't you hit the one that none of you guys can't see that's further away?
Are you trying to put it far enough away to not hit the bear and Aaron? Or
Yeah. Well, I guess actually instead I'll hit the one that over here that we can't see.
All right.
It's 10-foot radius, so I kind of know the area. I should
So
be
just
able
pick
to.
a tile. Pick a tile, I guess. Are you putting it like in the middle there? Or?
Yeah, right there.
Okay. That's fine. So go ahead and roll.
And I'll cast it at 3rd level.
Watch him get all high rolls.
And remind me, does shatter do anything other than the damage? I can't recall.
No, it just makes a really loud noise.
It's just really loud. So it takes 15 thunder.
If it's a construct, it takes extra damage. That's about all Shouter does.
She clutches at her ears and falls.
Where'd you put it? Where'd you put the thing, Soren?
He put it right there in the middle of the tiles. So it was like right next to her head.
Did it hit the other one? No. Shit.
No. Apparently not, anyway. All right, anything else?
Well, now that I can see, I'll just move back up there. Try to close her off.
All right.
And I guess bonus action, I'll inspire someone. I don't know. I'll inspire Fang.
Oh,
Okay, Lawrence.
Is Tug gonna be joining us today or now?
Likely not, because it's going to be called after this. So
Yeah.
so we haven't.
if you do want to, I mean, it's sort of weird because of it's Feywild nonsense. If it was on the material plane, I'd totally let you summon him for a coup de grace, but it's about to be over. So
Yeah, that's what Darius has become. Darius has become a summon, like a Kingdom Hearts freaking summon.
yeah, you got to build up your limit break over the fight.
Yeah, you have to build up your Trinity bar.
Shoot a guiding bullet at it.
All right, which one? Are you trying to shoot in the general area where Aaron is, or are you trying to shoot the one you can see? Okay,
Oh, this one.
go ahead.
Is he shooting at me?
Oof.
Did the roll go through?
10.
Oh, rip. Yeah, it's definitely a miss.
I was gonna say if you were aiming at me, you're not one. I could catch it and throw it at the hag.
Anything else?
I guess everybody's good on health, or want me to do another massive healing word?
Not too bad.
That'd be it.
Things down about 20%, I think.
Fortunately, you were spread out enough that you didn't get hit with 3 lightning bolts.
Yeah. Thank God.
All right. The bear can't really tell.
With his keen animal senses, detects the invisible
there's
one.
literally no physical trace of their invisibility. So
Bullshit.
You know, honestly.
misses with both. Actually, hang on, that's not true because he has advantage. I just realized, Lawrence, you can roll again because they're blinded, so you have advantage.
So would that, if I attack this hag next turn, would that just be a regular roll for me? Because I can see an outline of them. And I purposely made it white.
That's probably fair. I mean, I would ask kind of, I guess, yeah, I'll narrow it down and say pick a tile if it gets to that, and then I'll roll it like that. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, Lawrence, you can roll again because you have advantage. I forgot to mention that.
24.
Yeah, that hits.
All that glitters is gold.
How much damage did you do?
They shoot
15?
13.
13. She's looking pretty rough then. Fang, you have inspiration.
All
I'll
right.
give you a flex to represent it.
Thank you. Aaron can see the invisible one, right?
Sort of. He can see the general area.
Yeah, I can see the faint magic outline around them.
Yeah. It's kind of shifting in and out. So, like, if they move, for example, he'll be able to see that they moved. But theoretically, they could move and then move back, and it would kind of throw them off because it takes some time for this aura to fade and then
Alright.
replace itself.
So Fang's gonna
he's
deal
seeing
with this
kind of
one.
like an after image. All right.
Great Weapon Master. Flaming Greatsword.
That hits. That just hits, in fact. Okay, she is way past dead.
Nice.
Way past cool.
And Fang has realized the suplex belongs
In
to
fact, he
Borky.
did 18 points of overkill, so...
I point to the. I'm still pointing where the hag, where I remember the hag being from the outline. It's like right in this area, right here, right here.
She falls to your blade.
Alright,
Yeah, basically,
Tombstone Pile
well,
Driver,
you know-
but okay.
Oh, that works too. Tombstone pile driver, suplex on the first one, then tombstone on that one. And Aaron is pointing basically.
If I can hit and kill this last hag, I'm going to freaking seismic toss it.
Okay, can you see? If you can see where I'm pinging.
I can't see where you're ping. Oh, okay, I just saw it.
1, 2, 3. Aaron is pointing out that it looks like she's in one of those 3 tiles.
No, why would I have moved past her? That's stupid.
No, you didn't move past her.
You just pinged this tile, which means you
Yeah,
moved.
No, she could be in one of those 3 tiles. Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
He's picking up a general aura, and it's not exact. It's like a weird after image. So, if she moved through that tile, then until the next turn, it wouldn't.
Got one last attack.
All right, where are you aiming?
I'm gonna try to hit the tile in front of me.
Okay. You swing and whiff.
Damn it.
Anything else?
I have a bonus action, but I can't really do anything with it.
Yeah, because you didn't frenzied rage, right?
Yeah.
All right, if that's it, then it's back to the hag.
Oh,
Aaron, you
hold on a
sent.
second. I was here. No, I was here.
Mm-hmm.
Can I move to this area then? Because with my remaining movement.
Sure, go ahead. Aaron, you see movement?
I'm gonna hit it.
Okay, you see movement, and it seems like it's going across the bridge. Go ahead and make an attack.
Nope.
Does
Ooh.
blind, because they're blind?
It's weird. There's a bunch of stuff given advantage and disadvantage right now, so it all cancels out to a regular roll.
Yeah, because I can see them ish, but because it's a really weird seeing them. So
yeah,
it's
and
like
on top of that, invisible, and like normally he wouldn't be able to make an attack at all, but because he can see with the detect magic and aura, he knows well enough where to swing. However, she's invisible, so it's disadvantage, but she's also blinded, which means it's advantage. So it cancels out.
So how is she
normal
running in the
roll.
right direction?
Hmm?
How does she know which way the bridge is?
That's
They
a
are
very
going in
good
random
question.
direction. They are going in random directions.
Cool. I'm chasing after when I get a chance.
Yeah, I always start with north, and then I'd roll d4 whenever I need people to go random directions.
Once I
just go,
see where
one is
that
north
aura
and four is
ends,
west.
I'm kicking that area.
I mean, you see the aura shift, and it gets thicker right here, as if she's moving toward the bridge. Like it gets here, and then you can't really hear it because there's no physical passage, but you presume that she bumped against the railing.
But do I see where the trail kind of stops?
It doesn't really seem to be stopping. She's in motion, and then you see it. Like it moves through there, and then it keeps moving this way. So, presumably, you're saying you want to try to make a swing at where you see it move through, right? Or
Yeah, no, I'm talking about my turn. I want to run up to where I last saw it moving.
oh, it's like halfway down the bridge.
Okay.
Yeah. Holofarn asks if he should be doing something right now or if he should just keep on his guard.
Don't blow up the bridge.
Blow up the bridge.
Getting mixed messages here.
With not fire.
I could freeze it.
That works.
Freeze the bridge.
I can't walk on water yet. Don't do that.
Where on the bridge?
How about no? Halfway on the bridge.
Where you're standing?
No,
What?
middle of the
He
bridge.
laughs.
Halfway on the bridge.
He laughs. And he says, I know. And it's a shame because I'll tell you now, she only has 4 health left.
Damn it.
So she
This
cannot
is my
survive
kid.
this.
Oh.
But we can.
What is he
we can
doing?
we can roll for fun. He's casting Ice Storm. So
Oh.
Jesus Christ, this guy's strong.
What the hell? Where's
She
his
takes 8
polymorph? Why am I
bludgeoning
not
and
something
13
awesome?
cold and collapses with a cry. She only
I
had 4
swear to
HP
God.
left,
You kill stealing fucktards are getting on my goddamn nerves.
and you're all out of initiative.
Like, you kill stealers are getting on my goddamn nerves.
Aaron's
I love
has
how
like
the
3 kills and
NPCs
17
gets the
assists.
cool-
Yeah, like, exactly. Look.
I know,
Yes,
I
I
hate
got
it.
to
I'm
kill the
like-
phoenix.
I'm looking for excuses to make the NPCs be gone because I don't want them to take kills and be in combat all the time. But then it's like,
Look,
why would you not?
I killed the phoenix, but that's about the only thing that Aaron has killed because he damages things and then everyone runs in and is like, I'm going to take your kill.
Aaron's that guy that everybody keeps taking his kill, so he just decides he's gonna wait on the boss fight and try to get the boss kill for the most score.
That's exactly what happened too.
But yeah, the hags fall. You have defeated a green hag coven.
Do they have anything worth its keeping?
I mean, they're hags that live in the Feywild. What would be worth keeping here?
I don't know. They might have some magic goodness.
Give me an investigation check.
Is there
Why
a
would
way
you
that
do
we
this
have
to me?
to? Is there a way that we have to dispose of them? I don't know if they come back. I don't understand Fey rules.
As far as people in your party, no, there's no special way that you need to dispose of them. If they're dead, they're dead.
I'll toss them off the bridge.
I'm
Right.
checking them, dude.
After that, I mean.
All right, you find a few trinkets and things. You find a vial that's labeled, and you find some dusty, crusty gems that you can't really identify right now.
Well, I'll put them in the bag of holding and I go, because ironically, I had the exact same idea. It's like, how do we get rid of them? Over the bridge.
Yeah, and one of them has a vial that's labeled Mother's Milk.
That's creepy. Is it glowing, magic-y, and any?
All right, you still have to take. I mean, yeah, it's not like enchanted, but it seems like a potion.
Is the text on still?
Yep.
Yeah, it seems like a potion, pretty much.
Okay. Go. I found a potion of indiscriminate. What class of magic?
You can't tell. It's not really like a school of magic applies to. You can just tell that there's something magical about it. Like it's definitely a supernatural effect with potions.
I thought detect magic allowed me to tell what school
It
of
does,
magic it was.
but this is not technically a school of magic.
This is Fey bullshit.
This is like, the witches with cauldrons and they're like casting spells. And it's
God.
not. Basically it's some kind of potion or poison from what you can tell. But since magic doesn't apply, school doesn't apply to it, then I can't really give you one.
I'll put that away for later.
So what was that, Lawrence?
We need to use identify for it.
Yeah, either that or like a kit to use one of the kits to identify it. Like a poisoner kit or herbalist or alchemist.
Right. Shall we get to that portal now?
The
Cool.
rate we're going, we're probably gonna meet another Fey every 10 feet we walk.
I mean, to be fair, the one we met was pretty nice. We met an archfey. He was nice, and then these guys were ass. So we're batting 50-50.
That's not too bad.
Well, Grubosh says as he kind of steps up and he shifts back into an orcish form. I'm going to delete the NPCs for the sake of cleanness. Cleanliness. He says, "Let's just hope we don't stumble onto any of the winter kind. These are bad enough, even when they're cheery."
What's wrong with the Winterfey? I say, of knowing goodwill, I might have a winter elemental in me.
How do you like being strung up on black ice and frozen and rethawed for the next couple eternities?
I mean, the cold never bothered me anyway.
Boo, I throw you off.
And at this
bridge.
point,
You don't even have the strength, buddy.
you see,
I break
Points
the
at your
bridge.
ass with the Feywild awoke.
you see Queen Titania appear, and she just snaps her finger, and everybody takes 20 d10 damage. So,
I mean, I might still survive, so I'm so bring it.
but yes, he leads you forward, and if you go past the tree stump, and also I should say, Lawrence, if you do want to try to identify that vial, you can with one of your kits. You don't have to use magic to identify it. I don't want to give the wrong idea there, but if you move past, and it suddenly turns to a bright color. And even though you're just walking out of this glade, it seems like the weather
no one's living
unnaturally
through that.
shifts. Yeah. You walk out into this place that looks overgrown with
Hold on.
mushrooms
math.
and fire and everything. And
Let me do the math.
and sunlight in these vibrant colors. And you see in the middle of the glade, the water's actually not as deep as it appears at first, and you see another strange shimmering portal like the one that you walked into to get into the Feywild.
That's the one where we have to take.
It looks like it's it.
Are you all coming with us, or are you just our guides?
So I could survive that. Well, I wouldn't be killed outright for the simple fact that it wouldn't kill my maximum. What's going on?
The dice are not with you all, I'm afraid.
What happened?
Oh yeah, I'm a half orc. I could actually live
Yeah,
through
I'll tell
that,
you.
technically.
I'll tell you in a minute.
Oh fuck, he rolled an encounter.
Okay, so Grubosh says that seems like it's it.
Can I insight him?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't trust these motherfuckers.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty straightforward. He's pretty sure that if you have to go forward, then you have to go through there.
Are you coming with us?
Of course. I'll be the first one to go through if you want me to.
That would make me feel at ease.
Oh
He
god
kinda
damn it.
taps his-
Fang
he
and
kinda
Lawrence are gonna have
taps
to
his-
roll for the memories, aren't they?
He kind of taps on his forehead and gives you 2 finger salute and says, "See you on the other side," and then he jumps through.
I will follow.
Get a somersault. I'm gonna.
All right. Is
just-
anyone not following?
I'm gonna look around one last time. And go, huh? This place is kind of nice, I guess.
It is. It is very nice.
And then whoop, right through the. It's just
All right.
back.
Everyone's going
Eject
through.
through the portal.
Everyone's
Well-
going through.
I'm going to investigate. Can I look through the portals? Is there any indication that this is the portal we need?
It's the only portal around. It just has a swirling image of. It kind of looks sort of like the hill that you came from, you know.
What would I have to roll to see if it's make sure?
Investigation. That's what you do to go through for illusions. So I'm just gonna say it'll be investigation. As far as you can tell, I mean, to be frank, you don't know exactly where it goes, but it looks basically like the mountain that you came from. So it doesn't look like the same spot.
Tally-ho.
But
What up?
I mean, it's snow and stuff.
Yep, tally ho.
Unfortunately, the dice are not with you all, so you are reintroduced to the biting cold. And Grubosh just shakes his head and says,
And everyone who doesn't have elf now has to roll to see if they keep their memories.
Grubosh just
Oh, that's
shakes
right.
his head and says, I know you don't always do things the easy way, old man, but you couldn't have taken us back to the woods. Guess we're lower on the mountain now, at least. You look around, and it's just more nondescript snow and mountain. And then,
Oh, like we barely traveled that far.
yeah, and
We're
then
probably like midway
this
down the mountain.
And then Grubosh kind of squints and says, "One of you got better eyes than me?
I do.
What do we got over there?" And he points something out in the distance.
Eagle eyes, activate.
Perception.
Oh, it's only 15.
You can't quite make out what it is, but you see what looks like a spire in the distance. And it's kind of this dark tower. And you see a couple others jutting out from the line of mountains. And as some of the snow begins to clear, you take a look around.
Hold on.
And you realize that this doesn't look like the mountain you were on at all.
Oh, shit.
And you see kind of a nearby rustling in the snow, and you see a little, what looks like some sort of some sort of, you can't quite tell. It looks like maybe a fox, maybe a wolf. It's some sort of four-legged mammal with fur the color of snow, and it pops out from a pile of snow and kind of looks around with
Can I make
strangely
a nature check
intelligent
to
blue
discover?
eyes. You can.
Guys, not to
Yeah, you don't know what this is, but it kind of
not
looks
to
at your
alarm
party.
you. Not to alarm you, but can I what would I have to roll to see? I mean, it'd be a really hard roll, but see like
I swear to
kind of
God, if
what
we're on
mountain
his
we're on.
home continent.
I was gonna say we're on a mountain that I had to go to find the monk, but that'd be even weirder.
This strange creature begins to pad over to you all.
I kneel down to it. Hey, buddy.
I asked the druids if they can speak to it.
He
It's a
nods.
druid.
They
Oh,
nod
shit.
and they say that they're about to try. And as they do, this animal waves your hand away, or kind of waves at you, Aaron, with its paw dismissively, and says, "You realize now it's less of a paw, and it's almost like some human hybrid animal creature's hand." And it says, in pretty plain common, it doesn't speak with its mouth, but its voice kind of rings out, and you can all hear. And it says in a sly voice, "Well, this is peculiar."
Oh, are we in the winter? Are we in the winter?
Don't you know
Court?
where you are?
If I had to guess, it'd be the winter court.
Clever indeed. Welcome, mortals.
Be
The lands of the Unseelie.
Wait, the lands of the what, Sealy?
The Unseelie. Welcome to the domain of the Winter Court.
Oh shit. We're lost.
Well, at least we don't have to roll to keep our memories today.
He's just in his head. That's what he screams.
Hear a faint stirring. That's it. Kind of a quiet snicker.
Don't.
And
You're laughing right now.
this animal creature says, "Be wary, mortals. Be wary." And it begins to pad off again.
So that was yeah. No, we're in the winter court.
That's ominous.
Congratulations. That's where I'm going to call it for now. And because we skipped a week, I wanted to ask, would you all prefer to have another session, just directly 2 in a row, have one next week, and then go back to the regular schedule? Or would you rather just return to our regular schedule now? Because I'm okay with either, if you want to do a double time or if you want to space it back out.
I'm free next week.
I'm free every week.
I could do next week.
Same with me.
All right, that's cool then. We can do 2 in a row then, and we'll meet back again next week, and you all get to experience the winter court of the Feywild. So
God damn it.
congratulations.
What's fucked up is that we have like an appointment in like a day or two back.
Look, man, you have the highest investigation of all of us, and you didn't even think to investigate.